There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes.
Upon me, the whispering of leeches in my ear. Calling the ventriloquist, scratched his name across my wrist. Paparazzi starting to cheer. Take your picture at the scene of the crime. We got your victim and we made up your mind. Turn off the spotlight, whose God will you be? Well, they want you if your hands are clean. Can't stop the bleeding, I'm not healing soon. He shot the world, I am the exit wound. Who lives inside of the tongue tells the altered voice what to say. Hey, ballerina bayonet, slice us up with pirouettes, mouth is shut on hand grenade. Take your picture at the scene of the crime. We got your victim and we made up your mind. Shut off the spotlight, whose God will you be? Well, they want you if your hands are clean. Can't stop the bleeding, I'm not healing soon. He shot the world, I am the exit wound. He shot the world, I am the exit wound. Can't stop the bleeding, I'm not healing soon. Can't stop the bleeding, I'm not healing the exit wound.
I'm not quite sure why I'm here or what I'm doing, but there's a reason. I don't like Facebook, and I don't like the internet. The library blocked my password. Now tell me, does that make any sense to you?
This is absolutely lit. This is lit, 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 lit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. Please don't leave. You guessed it. I am Dark Match Steve, your little twink. I mean host. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Get on in here. We're on a little bit early tonight, guys. Our buddy Scott Starbird couldn't go live tonight, so I figured I'd jump on a little bit early, especially because I got work tomorrow too. So yeah, we're going to get into it. What are we getting into exactly? Well, we got a few more updates on the Tiz Eiler Riz Robinson trial. Guys, we're getting into this tonight, and I understand we're probably, listen, when I've been covering this topic, it's not been doing me well in terms of numbers. Okay? It's been fucking me over, quite honestly. But we've been covering this topic from day one, and I'm still getting over this fucking cold or something. I don't know what's going on. Sorry about all the snot. But yeah, it's not helping my numbers, but just to stay true to the game, I wanted to continue to cover this topic a little bit, as well as because not just because we've been keeping up with it, but also because there's been some changes here. And my position on this has varied ever so slightly. I've continued since the beginning up until now. I've continued to say I don't believe the official narrative, okay? And I'm not sure that Tyler Robinson really even given the evidence that's out now, and I continued the whole way, I'm not so sure Tyler Robinson pulled the trigger or should even be put in prison for what happened. I think there's something a lot more crazy that's going on with this. And this is it's weird to navigate through this subject because it's touchy and people are being so political about it. And when Charlie got taken out, I was sort of already at this point where I wasn't really happy with Trump, even though I had supported him for a while. And I voted for him a few times, and it's been weird because I've really tried to just score this thing how I see it, honestly, just what am I looking at? Does it look weird? Is there something else that makes more sense possibly to this? Are we getting worked? Is this like a pro wrestling type of thing? We're getting worked here. And I've just called it how I've seen it. And I haven't called it in a way to support Democrats or in a way to support Republicans. I've been just trying to call it. And it's just such a political thing. It's difficult to have this conversation. And, and I wish people like it. We're going to get into Andrew Wilson as well tonight. And I wish people like him who are really good debaters, I feel like now we're getting to a point where we are seeing him like Shilling. That I think we're to a point where it's like people are dishonestly ignoring things, and it's to toe a political line and whatever. And yeah, maybe they'll just they'll interpret something a little bit dishonestly just to support some political movement or whatever the fuck, and we're not doing that over here. I'm not doing that. Okay. I think I'm pretty much over supporting politicians at this point. Okay. But anyway, my opinion on this hasn't varied that much, but, we're going to get into some major new-ish data because, guys, I talked about certain tests that I wanted done, ballistic type of tests. There's no way I'd be able to go. We've covered this. There's so many episodes of me covering this on here. I don't know if there's any way I could ever go back and find this, but I talked about this. The crazy thing is what we're going to watch tonight. Please stay tuned because we're going to get to Andrew Wilson first. Then we're going to get to all the new info that's had me change my mind on the Tyler Robinson case, okay? This is going to actually get interesting, guys. And there's a few things I saved. We got to navigate through this together. Again, you know how I do this. I don't save things and overthink it and be like, okay, I have to, whatever info I see here, I have to fit it into this agenda. All right, so I got to really think about this before I go live and figure out how I'm going to manipulate people into agreeing with me, okay? That's not how we do things here. I save a couple things I find that are interesting, and sometimes I like to just go through it with you guys together on here, and we think about it in real time together and not try to push some agenda. So we're going to do that, guys. I found some new-ish interesting info, and one of the things is some ballistic tests that people have done with putting a T-shirt on a ballistic gel dummy. This is very interesting, guys. This is very interesting, and I talked about this on the stream. I said I wish somebody would do this because we're all posting these different videos of people shooting, butchered meat with 30-06s and stuff, and it's interesting. It's interesting to see for sure, and I think it does give us more perspective on the power behind these kind of weapons and stuff like that. Does it give us any definitive answers? No, and I've never claimed that it did. But I've been switching. Mainly my thing is I've been switching back and forth between whether I think there was some kind of exploding mic involved or it was a shot from a different direction. I only recently started thinking that the mic theory might have something, might have some truth to it. But yeah, guys, once I show you a couple things tonight, this might actually change your mind about things. And I'm not sure what to think about it exactly. So anyway, we're going to get to that. But Andrew Wilson, we're going to be starting off with that. Now, there's some clips. A couple of these, at least one of them I know is over a week old. But is Andrew Wilson shilling for TPUSA, guys? You hate to see it. And it is a question. I'm not saying for certain like, oh, yeah, he's just shilling. But, guys, I think at this point – I have enough to show, at least bare minimum, at least with the selective editing of these clips, I can at least show that Andrew Wilson is like shilling. He's stepping around, he's avoiding the truth, and maybe even in some points playing dumb, or he's actually ill-informed on some of this stuff. So we're going to get to this. I got two clips. One where Andrew Wilson is discussing his involvement with TPUSA, and then we're going to get to Andrew Wilson discussing the Tyler Robinson trial and Erica Kirk with some proponents of the conspiracy, detractors of Erica Kirk, calling into his stream to debate him on this. So we got quite a bit to get into here, guys. I'm not even sure we're going to be able to get to everything, but we're going to try. Where are we at tonight? Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, also known as X if you're autistic and addicted to ketamine. Wherever you're at, get up in the chat. I got you all in one spot here. I'm going to be edging you for a couple hours, so lube up. Hold on, let me get you guys up here. Pladow. Damn, you guys looking girthy tonight. Damn, daddy. Damn, chatty. Kenny Powers up in here. What's up, guys? Johnny Z, what's up? What's up? Bob Coke Can Cannabis Cookie Cook is up in here. Johnny Z, by the way, sir, if you're still in here, I know this was pretty early, 6:18. You were in here super early. Dude, thank you so much for the idea on the Tyler Robinson song. I'm working on that. I haven't made as much progress as I would have liked to, but luckily, I think this is going to trial. I think it is. It would be hilarious if it didn't. It would honestly be hilarious if it didn't. But as long as I have this song and the video done before the judge comes back to, make his decision on whether this goes to trial or not, they reconvene in early September. So as long as I have this done before then, I'm good. I'm not going to take that long to do it, but I probably will allow myself another week to get it done, because I do want to get a nice video done for it, like at least a lyric type video or whatever. And I'm not quite done with the lyrics. And plus, I'm still having sinus shit. So I want to be able to actually sing when I record it and not sound too flat and gross. So anyway, Truth is up in here. Butter Knives up in here. What's up, bro? What's up, guys? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you guys. Thank you, everybody. Promo's up in here. What's up, lover? Matty P's up in here. The mattiest of peas. Good to see you, sir. What's up, guys? Welcome, welcome. Thank you, everyone, for coming to hang. I know we're probably kind of sick of covering the subject, but it's going to get interesting tonight, guys. I promise you, it's going to get interesting. I'm not just overselling this. I am quite intrigued by what I found on Twitter. Sniz is up in the chiz. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us, Sniz. Eat More's up in here. Did I mention Eat More? I think I clicked your thing before. What's up, dude? Welcome. Very low percentage. You know, I was thinking about merch. We've talked about merch. That would be like a good merch idea for me, is have like a pie chart, and not, it wouldn't say any numbers, but it would show like a pie chart, and it's a big circle, and then it'd be one little slice, and the diagram would it would be like, a color, and then on the key on the side would correlate, and it would show like smiles and glory holes. I don't know. Hutch is up in here. What's up? Would you guys wear a Smiles and Glory Holes t-shirt? And would I get sued by Jerry Jones if we did that? Double D's up in here. What's up, Double D? Good to see you, bro. Lover, friend. Is it a work? Is what a work? Is what a shoot? Is what a reverse Zabida? Probably all of the above. But double Blue Jay, perhaps. K-Fave Swerve. Bro, Erica Kirk's hitting us with all those. Guys, Lit Hits up in here. I swear it's going to get, speaking of kinetic energy, it's going to get interesting, guys. I can't wait to show you guys. And I can't believe someone actually did this test. And I said someone needs to do this, and someone got it done. Fat Pig's up in here. What's up, your pigness? All right, so I guess we will go, like I said, we will check out Andrew Wilson. Now, first things first, I'm going to show you guys this video where he says, TPUSA reached out to me. Okay? That's my Andrew Wilson impression. Oh, and don't forget, guys, it's not a debate. Normally, we use these for debate reviews, but it's not a debate tonight. But remember, we still have the Andrew Wilson cigarette tracker, okay? So this first video where he's discussing TPUSA, this is like a few minutes long. We'll see how long we sit through it, but we're going to still utilize the cigarette tracker here. So don't worry. Let's hold off on it, okay? Let's not jump the gun. Wait for his first cigarette, even though we know as soon as this video starts, he's already smoked one. But we're going to be very fair. All right. So, TPUSA. ... Get you guys over here. Watch these ads with me. Hold on.
Supply chain risk.
Look at this fucking AI slop, bro.
Hey,
You need a better way to assess risk.
Listen to the fucking computer-generated voice. That's the most obnoxious fucking thing ever. God damn it. What kind of hell world are we living in right now? The ads are fucking AI-generated ads and sounds like a fucking robot talking to you. I'm a human. Beep, bop, boop. Oh, there he's smoking right there. That's where I got my thumbnail from. So anyway. So let's go. I'm going to make myself the big box so I feel like I have power here. Makes me feel more dominant. For now, I'm going to be the big box, okay? Let him be the small box. This is the smoking box right here. You just sit there looking small and smoky. Bomb!
Got a lot of stuff to cover today. But first, I haven't seen any of you guys in a week. Been traveling. Traveling all over the United States.
Funny face. Good to see you, bro. Dude, I was in a medical-induced coma last week. LOL. Almost took a lick. Broski, what the fuck are you doing in a medical-induced coma? Just trying to take a vacation? What's going on, dude? What happened? Are you okay now? Oh. Sniz, so we're gonna Sniz. I'm not 100% convinced that he had nothing to do with it, even though I'm still gonna do the free Tyler Robinson parody song. No, but here we're gonna get into this. No, it gets interesting, guys. I will explain, even given this new information we're gonna get into tonight, which is going to. I'm surprised. I am very surprised that the Fed slop proponents have not latched onto this video and shared it everywhere. The issue is this video that I'm going to get into later, which I hope you guys stick around because I'm telling you this is actually going to get interesting here. The video that I'm going to show you later, it's one of those things that it's a funny bit of evidence that both sides can use. It's one of those weird situations, you know, like with the Renee Good videos, every new angle that came out, both people from each sides of the spectrum of, you know, abolish ICE and pro ICE. Every time a new angle came out, they were like, look, see, it proves this. But it's the same thing with this piece of evidence. The reason I think the Fed slot proponents have not started sharing this video is because the guy that made this video and did this test says that he does not think Tyler Robinson did it. And we can get into his explanation with that. It's good. Guys, I'm telling you, please stick around. This is actually going to get interesting. I looked around for stuff, just looking into what people were saying about this and interesting points worth digging into a little bit. I went down a rabbit hole the other night with his car and stuff like that and looking at all the surveillance video with that. You know, there's a lot of stuff I've been looking into. I'm drowning in data about this fucking goddamn trial. And you'll send me pics on X? Yeah, send them. RD Rich is up in here. What's up, bro? We are Tyler Robinson, ladies and gentlemen. That's true. That's very true. Tyler's shooting ability, etc. Etc. So, well, no, that's not so much the argument this guy's going with. Once we get, it's so tempting to get right into that, but let's get through it, the Andrew Wilson stuff, just in case there's some people that are familiar with it. And listen, you guys are familiar with Andrew Wilson. We cover his debates on here all the fucking time. We got an Andrew Wilson cigarette tracker. And, you know, and I'm mainly a supporter of Andrew Wilson. This is why this sucks to do this video. You know, guys, and I'm a supporter of Destiny too. That's the thing is that's how you guys should know that I'm probably the most fair streamer that's on here. There's literally nobody else that's doing like debate review content that's like, oh, I really love Andrew Wilson and Destiny. Who else has ever said that? I love watching them debate. They're both very skilled, but I think Destiny does the same thing sometimes too, is like where you'll kind of, just because you want to lean a certain way a little bit, you'll kind of conveniently ignore certain things or do a little bit of mental gymnastics to sort of to maneuver around dealing with some information or some data that doesn't conform to your worldview or your theory on something. Lindsey Graham took a lick. Yeah, bro. You almost died before Lindsey Graham. Goddamn funny face. Did we run it through the PSYOP test? You mean the PSYOP test popularized by the Y-Files? We do need to pull that up and just go through all of it. Okay, let's get to this. So Andrew Wilson reached out to Andrew Wilson. This is why I'm sort of building a case very sloppily here, building a case that there's a reason to think that he is like Shilling and kind of, he's like I said, he's I think doing a little bit of mental gymnastics or being lazy about dealing with certain stuff just because it's easier to go, take a drag and go, yeah, the trans furry, yeah, they're super violent, bro, yeah, you're stupid if you think it was somebody else except a trans furry. It's not that simple.
Setting up.
So TPUSA reaches out to him. Let's hear him discuss this a little bit. This is I'd like to cite this as a point of evidence number 1, Exhibit A, in why I think he is Shilling, and his arguments in support of Erica Kirk and TPUSA and against the alternate theories of the Tyler Robinson case. A lot of these arguments and stuff are coming from a position of bad faith because you have been reached out to by TPUSA, which I quite honestly, I think if these people reach out to you, even if they are supporting you, it's probably a little scary because you've heard about everybody talking about the Mossad and TPUSA. Andrew Wilson's probably a little bit scared. If you get him to be actually truthful about this, he's probably like, oh shit, if I don't comply, they'll probably shoot me in the neck too.
War plan, as it were. How the hell are you? Guys doing well.
Okay, so you saw that. We've got our first cigarette. Let's put this up. Andrew Wilson cigarette tracker. We've got cigarette number 1. Let's go. Help me keep track of this, guys, because he likes to light them back to back real sneakily.
I hope so. I hope you are. So, whatever 300th episode was a banger. Banger episode. Brian set up that dono bar. I think he was 20 grand in before the show was 3/4 of the way through. Good episode. A lot of fun to watch Rachel confront the lunatics who have either assaulted or attempted to assault yours truly. These women can't keep their hands to themselves. I don't know why. It must have that effect. Episode.
Gross.
Me and Rachel fly in. They wonder, hey, where'd you go for a week? Well, TPUSA hired me to go down and train its new crop of debaters. So that's what I did. Went over to their Capitol compound in Arizona.
Bro, this is like if the Church of Scientology reached out to you and they're like, look, we are 100% a cult, just like TPUSA, and to defend our cultish behavior, we need someone to help us come up with good arguments because being that we are a cult, we can't even think straight, okay? We can't come up with our own arguments because we're in a cult, and that's a given that if you're in a cult, you can't really think for yourself, okay? So we need someone who's a really good debater to come over here and think for us because we're retarded cult members.
Oh, no. And I started training their debaters. Now, you see, I was not very thrilled. Not very thrilled. The course trajectory of how these campus debates might go without them having the correct talking points and knowing how to do the correct debates. John Doyle was over there as well. Got to meet with him. Hadn't seen him in a long time. So I went over and trained all these guys up. I saw Z speaking about it. X, the head of Unfree America. Not thrilled to have competent debaters over at TPUSA. Now, I might have placed some of the Crucible Invasion team on their new campaign. Their Pick Up the Mic campaign. MCons. There was a couple of women there. I noticed that Z posted and said she was pretending there was like 3 women there with very small followings. 90%, or it was 90% plus men who I was training. There were some women there, that's true. But in my defense, I basically picked on them the entire time. Picked on them the entire time. I mean, not for them, but it was really fun for me. First thing I said when I went in there, all right, just so you know, I'm going to pick on every woman here because I can't. Like, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? So anyway.
Wait. Hold on, guys. Is this a new cigarette? Hold on. Let me check the chat. Did anybody catch this? Is this a new cigarette? Only cool guys smoke cigarettes because Camel Joe had a penis for a face. True. No one caught this, huh? Is this a new cigarette, guys? Is this cigarette number 2? It looks long, like it's a fresh one.
After training,
I was packing a bong. I was just listening to him. Damn it, guys. Lock in, please. Lock in, chat, or I'm shutting the stream down. You need to count these cigarettes. That's half the reason we cover his content. Lock in, damn it.
2 biggest issues TPUSA is feminism. Otherwise, they do great work. Well, Rachel had a long meeting with Mr. Colvett where she picked apart the TPUSA Female Leadership Summit. I think we're going to have to do a little something about that Women's Leadership Summit. Going to have to be a little different. Alex Clark's going to be really upsetty spaghetti about this one. Alex Clark's not going to be very happy about how TPUSA is probably going to be dealing with their future Women's Leadership Summits. Let's put it that way. I don't think...
I'm counting this as cigarette number 2. I'm counting it. The video glitched and it was there. The cigarettes are just appearing out of nowhere pre-lit. It doesn't even... Does he have someone in there pre-lighting the cigarettes for him and just passing them to him under the fucking table? What's going on? That is a serious smoking habit. You know what? We're putting up cigarette number 2 because he snuck one, and I'm not about to go back and look for it. It's not that important. It is, but it isn't. Let's keep going, okay? That's longer. He started off with a shorter one, guys. Hold on. Wait, hold on a second. 4 something. What? Yeah, 454. Okay, let's just go back here real quick.
Got a lot of stuff to cover today. But first, I haven't seen any of you guys in a week. Been traveling. Traveling all over the United States. Setting up war plan, as it were. How the hell are you?
Oh, yeah, look how short that one is. And then we'll go back here. Go back here.
Picked apart the TPUSA Female Leadership Summit. Just so you know, I'm going to pick on every woman here because I can't. Like, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?
Oh, yeah, that's the second cigarette. Oh, my God, busted. That's the second cigarette. Guys, look how much. Look, I'm locked in. That's what it is.
So anyway.
That's a whole different cigarette, guys. Okay, so we know what he said here. Let's catch back up. I'm just trying to keep it accurate tonight, guys, okay?
Going to be very happy. Now, while I was there.
You've seen Scott do the same thing? Does his wife light cigarettes for him under the table, pass them to him? Now, that's wife material.
Getting no landscape. I ran into one, Erica Kirk. Had a nice long conversation with her as well. I walk over to Erica, fucking grab her, and I gave her a big hug. Told her.
And she ran her fingers through your hair.
That I was really sorry for what happened to her. Nightmare. Just a nightmare.
Did you set off some fireworks with her to mourn with her? We set off some sparklers together. I said R.I.P. Charlie Kirk, and then we set off some fireworks.
So sometimes I think old man hugs. Sometimes I think old man hugs. I think they go a long way. I don't know why. Women like old man hugs. What do you want me to say?
She put a tracking device on you, bro.
Really sorry that happened to her. Nightmare. Just a nightmare. And I also told her that I understood what was going on. That many of these people who are acting as ops are performing sets of psychological torture on this woman. How do I know? Because I've been through it myself with my wife. As my ops attempt to perform psychological warfare on her, they blame her for horrible things as well.
So we'll get to that, guys. The next video I'm going to pull up is Andrew Wilson confronting some. And listen, the guy's not that smart. This is the problem. It's not a good example of someone who is just like a critical thinker who happens to lean through looking at the evidence, happens to lean towards thinking that there's something up here, which, guys, it's really not that difficult. And I actually would. Andrew Wilson has in this, he talks about that he wants to debate all of the, and of course, he's not talking about people like me, unfortunately, even though he probably would have a conversation with me, but I have to like call it. I don't know if he would set up a debate with me type of thing. Like, I'm not that important. He wants to debate Ian Carroll and the other fucking guy, was it Brandon O'Neill or what? I don't forget who's the one guy. We've shown some of his stuff on here. And the one attorney anyway, he wants to debate the bigger name people. And I would like to have a conversation with him about this and see, I mean, if I came into it talking shit about Erica Kirk and being a complete asshole, we'd get nowhere. But if I actually talked to him, was like, look, dude, let's actually, can I get across to you what the problem is? And we can verify this stuff and whatever and find common ground. I don't think he would want to do that. Andrew Wilson does not want to find common ground with somebody who thinks something terrible about TPUSA and Erica Kirk. He is friends with these people. He is officially like working for these people now and helping their organization. He has no motive and no desire to have a conversation with somebody that is actually going to rationally express the concerns with TPUSA and Erica Kirk. Why would he, guys? Why would he? They would be mad at him if he did that. That would just complicate things for him. Why not just continue the shilling and pretend that there's nothing weird here at all, guys? Let's pretend we're autistic and drunk and cannot pick up on social cues at all. Pretend nothing's wrong.
Blame her as well. So it is horrific. They're fucking doing is horrific. Whether you like Erica Kirk or not, you like her politics or not, what they're fucking doing to her is awful. It's horrible.
It's fucking bullshit, dude. No one gives a fuck about Erica Kirk's politics. Dude, no one gives a fuck about Erica Kirk's politics. It's her behavior.
Okay. Period.
What a shitty straw man argument.
And I always thought so. Isn't Andrew only like 45? 42. 42. Still an old man hug. Once you're past 40, you can get away with the old man stuff. I feel where you're
RD Rich says she snuggled in his ashtray chest. Yeah. I bet that shirt smells nice.
Coming from Andrew, but Rachel's 10,000 times the woman Erica is. It's irrelevant what you think about her. Nobody deserves that kind of fucking torture. Nobody deserves that. Awful. Okay, it's fucking awful. And seeing that America feeds into it, the liberal op to TPUSA, under Z, they don't care. So I put in a little request of my own, TPUSA. I requested that they hire me as the official official Charlie Kirk conspiracy theorist liaison. My request. So all these like Baron Coleman and Anderson.
Baron Coleman, not Brandon O'Neill, April O'Neill's brother.
Owens and all of them. I will be happy to go answer all of your questions that you have, as long as we can do it live. You have to now come. Great, Andrew's compromised. Well, maybe you should have your heroes challenge me to a debate, and let's see who's compromised.
Man, see, yeah, have your heroes, bro. Andrew, see, this is the thing too. It's a shame. It's such a heated conversation. I would like to, you know what, guys? I really would like to have a conversation with Andrew Wilson, because I think it would show, I think I could demonstrate in this conversation how he doesn't want to actually have a conversation, that he just wants to shill and defend to any extent, nearly probably any extent, defend TPUSA and Erica Kirk because he got a hug and felt her tits rubbing up on him. And now he's like associated with TPUSA. Oh, they reached out to me. I'm training their debaters. They're going to be little Andrew Wilsons running around telling people their definitions are nebulous. Ha 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 ha.
Now they got to come to me. Oh, what's that? See it on America? What? Oh, you have to come to me too. Oh, you want to go out to these little campus tours? You want to coordinate with TPUSA? Do you? You want to coordinate with them? Do you? Well, you can DM me. And by the way, every DM from any of you motherfuckers better start like this. Dear Andrew, pretty please with sugar on top. Better start with that. Andrew, pretty please with sugar on top, and then the request. So it better be, Andrew, pretty please with sugar on top. Will you come on my show so that we can discuss my lunatic conspiracy theories about Charlie Kirk? And I'll say, well, yes, I'll go on your show and absolutely eviscerate your dumbass. Yeah. Most wallets still plug into the same system we were trying to escape in the first place. And that's why.
Oh, here we go. Rumble Wallet. We got a little ad break here. Cigarette number 3. Oh, wait, did he start it already? Did I miss it? No way. Oh, it's coming. You said number 3 coming. And here we got the Rumble Wallet ad. Look at this ad, too.
Rumble built Rumble Wallet. It's a self-custodial wallet.
I like how he's wearing the hat and he's in a dimmed room, so you can't look at the look in his eyes where his soul leaves his body, because he's reading a shitty ad for a shitty Rumble Wallet, probably fucking scam thing or whatever.
That lives inside an ecosystem that actually defends free speech and financial freedom. No bank holding your balance. Not even Rumble can touch your funds. This is your money on your keys, on your terms.
Wow. Cool. Sounds cool.
Where it belongs, in your hands. It's over. It's over. This whole thing is it's done. Your champions are going to get wrecked, boys. They're going to get wrecked. Charlie, conspiracy theorist liaison. I'm happy to.
Oh, here comes number 3. It's right there, guys.
Answer all of your questions. I'm happy to go on your show and have a nice little chitty chat with you. You're happy.
Here it comes. Cigarette number 3. Oh, God.
And then when you go on, and I absolutely eviscerate.
Someone said something about counting my bong rips. How rude of you. Oh, Scott Starbird's up in here. Scott, bro, stick around, dude, because I found some interesting. Someone did a ballistic test with a shirt, and you have to see it. I'm telling you guys, you have to see this.
One of you stupid motherfuckers after the next stupid motherfucker, making tons of cash while I do it for my own chat, who's going to enjoy watching me do this to your heroes over and over and over again.
Debate me. I don't have any heroes. I was saying that this wasn't what it appeared to be on 9/11. Go check social media, guys. Go check my Instagram. 9/11 before fucking Candace Owens, before Ian Carroll, before Baron, whoever the fuck, Baron Coleman, before any of these people said anything. I had already posted about it. 9/11, within 24 hours of this happening to Charlie Kirk, I posted, Yeah, it looks like you can see the bullet coming from a different angle, and that looks like an exit wound on the front of his neck. Called it within 24 hours. Okay? I don't have heroes. I'm a free thinker over here. I'm just checking out different ideas. Talk to me, Andrew Wilson. There's no one that's going to be able to represent me. I represent myself.
All you're going to be able to do is cry. That's it. You're just going to cry in the chair. Oh, my God. Oh, good, Andrew. Oh, God. It was bad.
I may cry. I'm sensitive.
Cry me a river, bro. I have an image of Andrew being like Jack Nicholson and Batman saying, wait till they get a load of me. Oh, it's not going to go
Stupid.
well. So go tell Baron Coleman that I want to have a nice little talk with him to answer all his little questions. He's got a lot of questions. Got a lot of. For some reason, I got a feeling these people.
Scott Starber said, if you have enough money, you can change Andrew Wilson's opinion. Bro, what was the debate that we... Oh, yeah. Andrew Wilson versus... what's his name? He has AIDS now. From InfoWars. Owen Schroyer. Andrew Wilson versus Owen Schroyer. Remember how that went? Owen actually did pretty good, and that's embarrassing for Andrew Wilson. I mean, that was a good litmus test, is watching Andrew Wilson try to defend all of the Trump bullshit. Remember how that went, guys? Owen Schroyer has AIDS. Well, he looks like it. He looks like he does. I don't know. The recent video of him, he had dyed his hair and his skin looked bad. It was just a joke I made, but we know how that goes on here. Sometimes I make jokes and it ends up being true. I hate to find that out, but, I'm letting that stick as a prediction.
They're going to go hide under their bed. For some reason, I think they're going to go cry and hide under the little bed. Isn't that funny?
I'm going to reach out to Andrew Wilson. I'm actually going to. Okay, so let me do this. Plateau. We're going to get the other video up. Hold on one second, guys. Or actually, here, this is what I'll do.
Bring it on.
Keep listening to Andrew Wilson acting way too confident, and I'll pull up the next one.
I'm here to answer all of your questions. What questions do you got? When can we do the lives? When would you like me to come on your show to officially answer your questions? When's this going to happen? When are we going to do this? Oh, I know what's going to. Massive op against me instead. 3 baby daddies. Blah 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 blah. Right.
Bro, he's so triggered. Dude, he's so triggered. 3 baby daddies. He's never going to let that go. Bro, remember, we played that on the channel here too, and that was a really low moment for Andrew Wilson. I've given him credit where due every single time, so I don't want anything, and you can make any accusations. I don't give a fuck. But anyone that thinks that I'm just an Andrew Wilson hater, I don't expect you to know everything I've done on my channel, but you just have no idea what you're talking about. I give him credit where due, and it was absolutely epic when he made the fucking bald-headed atheist guy, Matt Dillahunty, when he made Matt Dillahunty so fucking pissed off that he called an Uber and got the fuck out of there. And that was probably one of the best debates ever in YouTube history so far. So I'll give him credit there. But yeah. Fuck, man. Here, hold on.
You sound stupidly confident, Andrew, right now. I'm going to listen to your side, but I think you're going to get smashed with the evidence. Yeah, how come it's never happened yet? And I've debated with you how many times, and you just get crushed. You know why you get crushed? Because everything you say is complete bullshit. You don't have the facts. I do. What's happened is there's a bunch of soft targets. They don't know how to debate. They don't know how to present themselves well. I happen to not be one of them. Smoky Man is who you call when who's there.
Okay, I got through the ads on the other tab. Let's switch over. Yeah, the 3 baby daddy things, what he's referring to is he was debating this lesbian chick, and she wanted to make an argument and observation. Well, I'm not sure exactly what she was going to say because Andrew cut her off because he got so fucking triggered he couldn't handle himself. I mean, I'm calling it how it is. He got so fucking triggered that he just like he blacked out. This chick was trying to argue that Andrew Wilson doesn't even live by his own worldview. He preaches about traditional values and stuff, but he has a wife that has 3 baby daddies. Okay. And I don't know that much about Andrew Wilson and his wife, Rachel Wilson. I don't know that much about him, but I think that is true that she has kids by another father. I don't give a fuck. That's I'm adopted. So, to me, that's a noble thing to raise kids that aren't your own and treat them as your own and love them. That's a noble thing. The woman that Andrew was debating was trying to point out to some extent, again, I don't know because he cuts her off, but she's trying to make some argument about him not living by his worldview because he would never preach to other men, tell them to go get with a woman who has 3 kids by 3 other men and raise those kids. He would never tell his audience to do that, right? I mean, I don't think so. He doesn't preach the values of go get with a woman who's already been married and has kids by other. I've never heard him say that, right? I mean, I don't watch that much Andrew Wilson, but I've never heard him say that. And so this lesbian chick is trying to say, hey, dude, you preach all these traditional values, but you don't live by them. And because she said your wife has 3 baby daddies, he goes, and you lick sniz, you fucking dyke. Fuck you. Don't talk about my wife. And she's just like, Andrew, I'm trying to make a point. No, fuck you, man. You're a fucking dyke. How about that? You lick sniz. It was like the most obvious triggered moment ever where he heard 3 baby daddies and got so triggered he didn't even realize that she was actually trying to like make an argument. He was just so insulted by it. He thought that she was trying to take a dig at his personal life, and it didn't appear to me that she was. It looked like she was actually trying to say, hey, you don't practice what you preach. And he just lost his shit. He still talks about it. How many months ago was that? He's still referencing that.
What I was trying to get to a couple days ago at the end of the stream was that in order for law enforcement to articulate probable cause.
Okay, guys, so let's listen to this again. I was he talking to my ex-wife? Maybe, I don't know. Was your ex-wife's name Rachel? That is a pop RD. That's pretty funny. So, what were we getting? Okay, so yeah, he's talking. This is Andrew Wilson, I'm assuming live on his stream, and he takes a question from some guy. I don't know what this is. Is this Discord or what? Is this Twitter space? I don't know. Either way, he's taking calls from rando schizo people. And whatever, people that think there's some conspiracy, I guess he's taking calls from TPUSA, Erica Kirk detractors, people that don't believe the Fed slop and all that. This guy calls in and he's trying to discuss this with Andrew Wilson. I don't think he does a great job. He's he's going with disinformation stuff. And again, this is somebody. It sucks. But to me, what we're seeing here is two people that are equally sort of misrepresenting the truth on both sides. Unfortunately, we've got a guy who is calling in who sort of is more somewhat representative of my opinion or the side of the spectrum that I lean towards when interpreting all of the information, all of the stuff we are seeing. Okay, but he does such a poor job of representing it, and then also, unfortunately, talks about disproven, debunked stuff as if it's real. But then we got Andrew Wilson, which I will show you. I don't know what happens in this full stream, guys, okay? and I have no idea where to even go look for this. So I'm not going to, unless like Andrew Wilson wanted to debate about this or something. Maybe I would go try to find it just to dot my I's and cross my T's. But given the way this is edited at the end and what information I'm going to show you afterward, I think this is Exhibit B. Okay, I showed you Exhibit A with why I think Andrew Wilson is shilling for TPUSA. We're building an argument, a case here, where we've got him already compromised in a way. Okay, or at least you could say you could expect a bias from him because he is now helping TPUSA as giving them arguments and being their debate teacher. And then also he's buddy with Erica Kirk, and she's running her fingers through his hair as they hug and all that stuff. So I feel like that's Exhibit A. This is Exhibit B, what you're going to see, this conversation here. And it's more or less going to be how it ends, but I want to show you the whole thing because this guy does do a crappy job of representing the conspiratorial side of things. And I don't know. Let's just see how this goes. The ending is the crucial part, though, so stick with us.
Be facts or circumstances that would lead a reasonable person to.
Okay, so this guy's talking about Erica Kirk mostly. Lock in. Sorry, guys.
What I was trying to get to a couple days ago at the end of the stream was that in order for law enforcement to articulate probable cause, there has to be facts or circumstances that would lead a reasonable person to investigate something. Is that fair?
I mean, probably.
Well, I mean, according to I Googled it just to be sure, and that's what Google came up with. But
yeah, I'm not going to argue it. That sounds correct to me.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, you need to have some sort of cause to do an investigation to begin with. You mean?
Yeah, but I kind of want to hone in on the fact that it's not only facts but circumstances that would.
Oh God. Okay. Who said it? RD Rich is locked in with the cigarette. So we've got cigarette number 4 right here. This is a different cigarette from the last video. So this counts as cigarette number 4. Here we go. Hold on. Blam. Okay. Butter Knives said, I cannot fathom Erica Kirk enjoying Andrew Wilson. She's a gums girl, and his are gray from 4 packs a day. A gums girl? What do you mean? His gums, like in his mouth? America could be ruled over by China. Andrew Wilson would rock a CCP hat and defend Xi Jinping for money. You said it, not me. Hold on, I got to fart, guys. Ooh. I know y'all could hear that one. That one was pretty good. I got the mic in the right spot, and it was loud, right? Did you guys hear that? Oh, good point, Butter Knives. Charlie Kirk had massive, manly gums. Small teeth, but massive gums.
That would make a reasonable person be okay with starting an investigation. I want to make sure you're okay with that before we start.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds reasonable to me, yeah.
Okay.
Guys, I'm hoping I have some good farts when I go live with Lummy on Friday. You guys know I'm supposed to be on the weekly wrap-up show with Lummy, starring Lummy, featuring guest co-host Dark Match Steve on Friday. I already got the time secured off from work and stuff. And yeah, hopefully I got some good farts. I'll probably be a little bit nervous, which should increase the fart production. So I'm hoping I can lay one on for Lummy. What do you think, guys?
So, we can go off into the weeds and we can pull up obscure things like Erica Kirk responding to Candace Owens saying, "Don't stop it," in that really intense face, and people kind of zoom in on it and make their own implications. I'm not really interested in doing that. I
am. Those are fair points. The fact that Erica Kirk looks like the living flesh version of the Bride of Chucky doll, that is a fair argument. That's not something to just look past, okay? Don't ignore what your eyes see. Don't ignore, facial recognition and understanding when a person looks evil. Okay, why are we just all gonna pretend like that we don't all understand what a fucking creepy, evil looking person looks like? Why are we all pretending reality doesn't exist for Erica Kirk? I will never understand this. She's not that cool. Stop.
To hone in on the fact that Charlie Kirk's funeral was overly extravagant and overdone, and the fact that fireworks and her standing on the casket and hugging JD Vance and running her fingers through his hair, can you agree that that's very strange?
I'm not sure that I would. It depends on. Do you consider that funeral to not be a celebration of life? Because I've been to two different types of funerals. The first type is everyone shows up in black and they're super sad and everybody's crying and this kind of thing. And then I've been to celebration of life funerals where it's the opposite. Everybody's having a big party and drinking and telling great stories about the person, et cetera, et cetera.
So I don't want to give away all, and just in case I do have a conversation with Andrew Wilson, I don't want to give away every one of my like arguments and counter arguments with all of this stuff here. But this isn't the most unfair argument to say, like, oh, wouldn't you consider it a celebration of life? Maybe. Look, guys, I don't know what celebration of life. I've never seen one with fireworks. Okay. Maybe I'm just a poor goy over here and we don't do is that what they do at Jewish funerals? They do fireworks. I don't know. Listen, the guy got murdered in front of a bunch of kids and everyone else on the internet. I don't know if like the part of the problem is the fireworks thing looks extremely bad when we have never seen this woman ugly cry once. It seems that she struggles to produce tears, and everyone who is like even slightly cultured or informed about the world knows what a tear stick is. Okay? I've never been in theater, but guys, there is stuff to make yourself cry. And it's like every clip of her, she's just rubbing under her eyes with this tissue. And the one video, she's doing it like that under her eyes before she goes out at the one TPUSA event where she's wearing black leather pants. I just like, there has never been someone that has ever mourned like this ever. And Andrew Wilson is just going to completely excuse that because, again, he is working with TPUSA now. He's officially gotten a hug from Erica Kirk. And once she runs her fingers through your hair, you become ensnared, okay? You become entrapped, entangled in the web. And then it makes you completely ignorant of just like regular like cues in life about a person when they look fucking completely suspicious. When the next day after he gets killed or whatever, she's in his studio standing next to his chair. I never see a tear once come down from her face. Never see a tear. Okay? And she just looks angry most of the time and then tells everybody to sign up for TPUSA. And it just all has seemed completely not genuine from the get-go. Her behavior has been completely suspicious. And then she goes to the thing and forgives Tyler Robinson. And then she's angry at people that are looking genuinely, people who genuinely care about Charlie Kirk and are mad that he's dead and are looking into this and saying they think something else is up. And she's more angry at them. She's forgiven the accused murderer before she forgives or has any empathy towards people who are looking into this. Tells them to stop. This was within like 2 days or whatever when she's on that Zoom call, or maybe it was the day after. I forget when this was on the Zoom call where she's like giggling. This is like right after he's died, and she's talking about taking over the company and stuff, and she's giggling with the people on the Zoom call about emojis and shit like that. This was like the next day or something. Didn't shed one tear on the Zoom call. Not one tear. Okay? None of her emotion. It's crazy how people, because of politics, will completely ignore what bad acting looks like. We all know what bad acting looks like. We've all seen a shitty movie and gone, wow, this is really bad acting. And somehow, just because politics is involved, everyone loses the ability to sense when someone is being a fake, phony motherfucker. And they're mad at the wrong people. The gaslighting shit. This is the most obvious gaslighting. When people are like, we have concerns. This isn't just like we're a bunch of fucking tinfoil hat schizo crackheads that are just up too late on the internet and coming up with crazy ideas. There are legitimate concerns about ballistic stuff and the crime scene being tampered with and all this stuff. And she goes, stop looking into it. You guys are the problem. Tyler Robinson, I forgive you. How the fuck is anyone? I'm just so stunned that anyone buys this and that anyone can pretend to buy it. The fact that people can warp their own brains to digest this, and then what they shit out is Erica Kirk is the victim here. She's being victimized. I'm sorry, guys. This is another point. This is not a fair compare. Tiff Wash, welcome, by the way. I saw you in and I've been ranting. This isn't a fair type of compares, or how do I put this? When these people discuss that, they say that Erica Kirk is victimized by all these people coming up with theories and whatever. This is not a fair comparison to like a random widow that people are just coming up with bullshit about. Guys, she's not a private person. This isn't TMZ standing outside her house and zooming in through her blinds and watching her dab her eyes with a dry tissue, dabbing her dry eyes with dry tissues on the couch while she holds a picture of Charlie Kirk, and we're sitting here jerking off to it. That's not what's happening. This woman is taking over a fucking a multi-million-dollar company that's got a lot of money and donors involved with it. The donors, guys, the donors that Charlie Kirk was complaining about. There's a lot of stuff at stake here. I mean, and she's being she's a public person. She's putting herself out in the limelight despite not being able to cry on cue, even with a tear stick. I mean, those eyes are dry,
Right. I don't think that anything.
That's not us invading her privacy or victimizing her. You are to be judged, ma'am. You are putting yourself out in the public. You're making all these public statements and shooting off fireworks, coming out on stage in leather pants with fucking mortars shooting off on either side of you. You guys are going to pretend for 1 second that's a celebration of life. Erica Kirk coming out with fucking mortars shooting off on either side with tight leather pants. How can anyone take themselves seriously and say these things?
That I don't think anything pertaining to Charlie Kirk would necessarily be anything like either of the two that you referenced. I think they'd be somewhere in the middle.
Like both, they're celebrating his life and they're sad.
So, yeah, exactly.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
But her standing on the casket of her dead husband, are you not willing to agree that that is very strange? And hugging the vice president?
I don't expect rational behavior from somebody who's experiencing grief. I've seen people experiencing grief way too much.
Okay, so I just want to point this out too. Number one, we've got two things to highlight right here that is very funny. Okay? Number one, the fucking idiot who called in to debate Andrew Wilson about this He's referencing an AI generated picture. Okay. That's the funny point. Number one is that Erica Kirk and JD Vance were not hugging while standing on top of Charlie Kirk's casket. That would be the most egregious and bafflingly disgusting thing that they could possibly do is Erica Kirk in tight leather pants running her fingers through JD Vance's hair while hugging him and standing on top of Charlie's casket. That would be atrocious and the biggest red flag ever if that happened. And it did not happen, okay? That did not happen. And if it did, that would be mind-blowing. But you know what else is funny to point out here is that Andrew Wilson doesn't know yet that it's a AI generated picture, and he's already willing to defend it. He's already saying, well, you know, people grieve differently. Sometimes when people are grieving, they like to run their fingers through another man's hair while standing on their husband's casket. Guys, you can't judge grieving. You can't judge somebody grieving. Okay? Listen how he's ready to defend this. That should be see, this is why I think it's so dishonest, because Andrew Wilson makes a big deal out of this when they figure out that this is an AI generated picture and this guy's a fucking idiot who's calling in. Okay? He makes a big deal out of that, but the fact is, well, you're making a deal, you're even making the point to really highlight that because it is an egregious thing. That's the thing, is Andrew can acknowledge inside his head that that is egregiously fucked up and that if she did do that, that would be crazy. But he's right here before realizing it's a fake picture. He's willing to defend it. Oh, people grieve differently. Standing on a casket while hugging somebody and running your fingers through their hair while you're wearing tight leather pants and shooting off fireworks. This is the kind of thing that they're ready to defend if it were true. Luckily for Andrew, it's not true, but unfortunately, he already revealed that he's ready to defend that.
To expect that they're going to respond rationally to it. And I've seen people do bizarre things at funerals, by the way. Myself, you know, like I guess myself included. You know, I've been very at a funeral. I've been very irrational myself.
I'm aware of your personal.
I've been irrational at a funeral myself. One time I lit off fireworks while standing on my mother's casket. I was just really sad. I was dancing. I was doing a tap dance on my mom's casket and shooting off fireworks and blowing those party things, you know, the things that it goes like that. I was blowing those and dancing on my mom's casket. And, you know, because I was mourning.
Of your personal life, I watched the.
Well, I'm not just talking about that. There's been other funerals that I've been to with very close people who were close friends of mine who died. Who, I wouldn't say I was always rational at those either.
The most irrational behavior. This is what I think Andrew Wilson. If we're to think of what Andrew Wilson is considering irrational behavior that he did at a funeral. What was the first thing that comes to mind? What probably happened is he lit a cigarette inside or something. You know, that's like as far as it goes. And that's not anything that crazy. You just be like, oh yeah, he was crying his eyes out. He lit a cigarette inside because he was also drunk too. And be like, oh yeah, you know what? That's kind of crazy, but that makes sense. But if anyone was like, yeah, Andrew Wilson lit a cigarette and then got up on the casket and started doing a fucking tap dance and shooting off fireworks inside, no one would ever be like, oh yeah, you know, people do weird things. He was blowing up those long balloons and making balloon animals while standing on top of his mother's casket. You know, people mourn differently.
Fair, but I don't think that standing on the casket can even be. I think that's.
Until you appear, have you had? Hold on, so I got to object. Have you had your other significant other been publicly their neck publicly? If they haven't, then you can't make that judgment, sir.
But you know, hang on.
Oh my God, there's another fucking idiot who is a pro Erica Kirk person here too, and they are also guys. Dude, this is the funny thing, guys. This is the funny thing. Is if this person, the guy who hates Erica Kirk, who's trying to challenge Andrew Wilson, if he called into my stream, I would have already said that picture's not real. You know why? Because I have actually kind of been paying attention to this, okay? Andrew Wilson has no idea. He doesn't even know the arguments, the real arguments from people as to why Erica Kirk is incredibly suspicious. He doesn't care. He's I think he's shilling at this point for real. I don't think he cares. He doesn't know. He would know. He should know, guys. I know. I've seen every little suspicious accusation of Erica Kirk and have tried to like fact check or look into most of them. I could have told this guy already, bro, that's a fake picture. He'd be like, what? They're standing on his casket. I'd be like, dude, if that picture existed, I'd be posting it every day, every fucking place that I can. That's how I know that photo does not exist, because it would be my profile picture, okay?
I actually just want to kind of see where it goes. Let's just say, yeah, it's a little odd. Sure.
Okay. And then all of the things after that. I mean,
it's a little odd.
Kirk going on interviews.
He's conceding, guys. Look, we're winning.
And saying that she hasn't dated for years before Charlie Kirk. And then you find out that she was actually in a relationship, a very committed relationship, in fact, a year before Charlie Kirk, a year before she met Charlie. And then he's now working at TPUSA. Is that not suspicious at the very least?
Let's just grant it, sure.
Okay.
What is it suspicion of, though?
Conspiracy.
I don't know how we're drawing that correlation.
Well, I mean, there has been many women, none that I can cite right now because I'm a little bit of adult, but there has been many women in the past that have dated like very high profile celebrities.
Hang on, real quick. I just pulled this up. I can't find any photo of Erica Kirk standing on the casket.
Okay, I have it screenshotted. I mean, I'm very new to X. I think you can tell it by my profile. I just did this.
Are you sure that that's not the fake that was going around? There was a fake going around?
Yeah, I'm 1000% sure it's from her own profile when it happened.
Guy's a fucking idiot. Listen to him. Very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes at Andrew's mom's funeral. Yeah. JD Vance in the middle of divorce number 2. Tiff, I have no idea. Is that true? He's in divorce number 2. He's on his 4th name change. Definitely not a CIA agent or something.
At the time of the funeral.
Well, let's see the pic.
100%.
Let's see the pic.
I don't know how to submit that to you. I'm very new to this.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at my profile, it's very clear. It was made 2 days ago. I just did this to debate you a couple days ago, and I only got on at the end of the.
Yeah, I understand, but that's somewhat tough, right? But I'm gonna just see that it happened just for the sake of argument here.
Okay. I mean, and then everything that went on with that. I mean, the fireworks, her kissing Trump at the end, and hugging. Everything's very public, and her at like only a few days after the funeral, using Charlie's name to ask for donations. I mean, all that is very, very strange. And
okay, I'm going to cede all of that it's all very strange, but none of that points to anything that I would consider conspiratorial or pointing towards any sort of conspiracy. How are we tying this towards conspiracy?
So all the reasons.
Well, remember, Erica Kirk met Charlie as, under the guise of a job interview, right? Erica Kirk was going to be an employee of Charlie Kirk's. And look at her now. She's the CEO.
I'm saying all of this stuff is kind of pointing to what I said initially at the very beginning of my statement, is that you don't necessarily need fact in law enforcement to start an investigation, but circumstances that would lead a reasonable person to believe that there could be something malicious or something strange happening. And that would start the investigation.
Oh, shit. We got cigarette number 5. We've probably missed one already, but you know what? Here. Cigarette number 5. I'm locked in. He's not getting them past me. What are you saying? Promo said he's going back to the couches. I wonder if JD Vance loves his couch as much as Bubba loved his vacuum. Very similar. I think Bubba probably spent more time with the vacuum. Look, vacuum's a lot cooler. Bubba said he's pretty girthy. That might be from the vacuum, you know? Bubba grew up using the vacuum, and that probably got him to be a little girthier down there.
And so I think that when you demonize people for wanting investigation to start happening, and you demonize people for questioning Erica Kirk for all of her motives and reactions, I think that's where you lose people, and that's the issue I have.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. You're saying that if there's reasonable suspicion, and I agree that law enforcement needs reasonable suspicion in order to open an investigation, then you feel like this is enough reasonable suspicion to open into an investigation. Is that right?
I do. I think that I don't even have to think.
And what is the suspicion? What is the reasonable suspicion of that she did what? What are we reasonably assuming by this behavior that's reasonable for us to suspect what?
That she was at least okay with what happening.
Well, even if let's just say hypothetically Erica Kirk was okay with what actually happened. Let's just say hypothetically that was the case. That's not even a crime.
That she's complicit?
No, that's a different statement. That's not what you said. You said that would at least prove that she was okay with everything that happened. But even if that was the case, let's just say that she just accepted it immediately and just didn't care because she's like a sociopath or something. So that still is not reasonable suspicion of a crime. You would have to tie. So what do we have reasonable? Even if
he got the kidney stones from the lead shavings. Oh, that's true. The lead shavings, dude. That's probably really not good. Bubba probably did absorb from some lead from that. Yikes.
I see all the arguments. What is the reasonable suspicion of a crime here? What is it?
So I don't expect anyone that has just had their husband or unalived, I don't expect them to come out and make it abundantly obvious. But what I could see them doing is alluding to the fact in some way, because of some Freudian slip or something like that, that they're okay with it or something like that. And so what I'm saying is that I think that she had prior knowledge, and I think that she helped it happen.
Okay, so now we're on to a different claim. So now we're going to move past the reasonable suspicion to investigate her because you feel like her behavior was too erratic.
Well, I think that you have reasonable suspicion to investigate her because
of
she's
what?
making all these slips.
Yeah, of what?
Of being complicit in the murder, because she's making all these slips. So she either, not that she did it or that she planned it, but she had prior knowledge of the fact that it was going to happen, and that she could have helped orchestrate it.
So you want Erica Kirk investigated for her reasonable suspicion that you feel like you have, that she knew that this was going to happen, and at the very least did nothing to stop it.
Correct.
Well, that would be Erica Kirk entering into a conspiracy, because otherwise, where would she get the foreknowledge?
Well, that's what we're talking about. Is Erica Kirk being part of the conspiracy? I think that she was part of the conspiracy. I don't think that she wanted it to.
Okay, so then you and I would agree that in order for her to be complicit here, she would have to have some foreknowledge, right?
Correct, and I think that she probably did. If she was going to be part of it, she definitely had some foreknowledge it was going to happen. Yes.
That makes sense, and so we would have to evaluate the actual evidences for this supposed erratic behavior before we made the determination that it was erratic enough, at least for us to start pointing at potentially she was in a conspiracy to her husband.
Correct, but that's what puts us in this position right now.
Now we're in, and here's the position that we're in. So let's start with the evidences. So first of all, it's not true that Erica stood on the casket.
Are you sure?
Yes, I have the proof right in front of me.
What is the proof?
The proof is that that was a photoshopped photo, and actually I have the actual photo. And so if you give me a second, I can actually pull that up. I'll show it on my stream right now so that people can see for themselves that you're actually incorrect on this point. 1 second here. Erica. Yeah. So by the way, this was debunked a long time ago. Erica Kirk's widow shared an emotional photo and videos from beside his open casket shortly after she was shown leaning over it, weeping, clutching, kissing hand, rubbing it, whispering, "I love you," repeatedly, but never stood on the casket itself. There was a widely disseminated fake photo that showed that. So,
okay, but are you looking at a video? Because that was live streamed. That whole thing was live streamed.
Yeah. So here's what I'm willing to do. If you can provide for me the timestamp in the live stream for when she stood on the casket, I'll play it right now.
I can't do that because I'm technologically
accurate. But here's brother, I don't think any of that actually happened. You guys, here's the thing. Here's why I have to kind of align with. Yeah, okay, but bro, you have to understand. You're saying she's a part of something bigger. Andrew's saying, okay, well then surely. Okay, but you don't. What is the conspiracy?
I just totally articulated what the conspiracy is.
Yeah, but like how? Who would carry it out? Like, how did they get there? Erica was nowhere near where it happened.
So this photo, hang on, here's the link. Here, hang on, here's the link. I'm going to give it to you right now.
Erica was nowhere near it happened, so she's not guilty, guys.
Can you speak real quick so I can see who's speaking so I can DM this to you? Just real quick. I don't actually see you speaking.
VIVA.
Let me, you know what I'll do? Can I send this over to you, Uncle Tom?
That's fine.
If you want to put it on your
hang on, he can put it up real quick. So can you go ahead and read that, Uncle Tom?
I shall.
Okay.
I mean, look, Andrew, I believe.
Hang on, bro. Hang on. I'm just going to make sure we got it. So image of Eric. This is from Snopes, a Snopes fact check. Who went through it all. and said the image of Erica Kirk standing on a coffin embracing J.D. Vance isn't what it seems. The AI-generated image was a spoof of the real hug of the vice president and Erica Kirk, who shared a stage on Turning Point USA. They rated it absolutely fake, not even some truth.
Okay.
Did I get that?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
The caller is a 62. He is, dude. Guy's a fucking idiot. How do you, dude? I actually am scared to be that embarrassed to call into someone's show, someone as big as Andrew Wilson. I mean, look, guys, we mainly get on here to fuck around, and if we end up stumbling onto the truth, which we do often, then cool. But it's like, you know, I'd hate to be someone calling into a big show like this to be like, I'm calling in and I'm going to explain why Erica Kirk needs to be investigated. And you haven't even like fact checked your stuff. You didn't like, you didn't even for 1 second, like Google the picture that for your theory is too good to be true. Obviously, you didn't even take the 5 seconds to like look into that. That's pretty fucking retarded. I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's doing us a disservice, the people that are questioning the official narrative here. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if I'm not accusing this, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a fake call or just someone that's supposed to call in and sound retarded. But I don't think and also what's suspicious is the guy saying he's got a brand new Twitter page and whatever. That's suspicious. That is a little suspicious, but he does bring up, this is the thing, he brought up Erica Kirk's ex, okay? And this is, we'll show you, we're near the end of the video here. I'll show you how this ends and why this is significant.
Wouldn't have believed that myself, but yeah.
Like I said, I'm willing to concede that totally. But what I said, the other things I said are true. I mean,
okay, well, hang on. So that was the first set that you used as evidence that you thought would lead towards some kind of reasonable suspicion.
And he said it was 1000% true. This guy's an idiot.
Point at her as being part of a larger conspiracy. So what else would we be looking for here?
I think the larger thing that would point to her being a liar is the fact that she claimed to have no prior relationships up to a year of meeting Charlie Kirk because she knew through her friends vicariously that the dating scene was totally kaput and that she shouldn't engage in it. And she was actually.
And she also said that she didn't like to drink. That was the thing she was saying. I don't like drinking and dating and like going out and da. And she was on a fucking dating show where she's out drinking at bars and stuff with these guys. She is a liar, dude. She's a fucking liar.
In a relationship, very close to meeting Charlie, and that he is now working at TPUSA.
Okay. So where did you substantiate those claims?
I mean, like everybody else, through various parts of social media, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're false.
It doesn't necessarily. I agree with you that logically, just because you found those claims on social media, it doesn't make those claims false. However, I am asking you, what makes those claims true? What is the source that we can find that would verify what you're saying right now, either substantiated or corroborated by witnesses?
Why not just put her in water and see if she floats, Andrew? This is a Salem witch trial. Just put her in water, see if she floats, right? That's what this guy's essentially saying.
Zaxby's has.
Yeah, Andrew. Essentially, what this guy is saying is this is a witch trial. We just need to fucking tar her and feather her. Yeah.
10 traditional or boneless wings for $10. Toss in 8 signature sauces or 3.
Shut the fuck up, Zaxby's. Okay, so I said as we started this video, I said part of the significant thing is how they end this video, which I am actually kind of surprised that they let it go this far. Now, in this original conversation, I don't know how much further this conversation goes, if they hang up on this guy, if they're like, we debunked your one thing, you're clearly retarded, scram, and then hang up on him. They probably didn't do that, but this editing is suspicious. Guys, what he's getting into,
what you're saying right now, either substantiate.
Substantiate. What's this? Erica Kirk's ex. Bro, this is why, like, I don't know about this fucking caller. I don't know about this. He doesn't know the name of this person. He's fucking calling in with stuff that he hasn't even, like, he's new to Twitter. He's just, this guy's a fucking mess. But it's suspicious where this ends. Why? Well, let me show you. What are people referring to with Erica Kirk's ex? I was like, oh, that's funny because Erica Kirk's ex, that is a weird thing about this. So I immediately went down to the comment section, and it's just like, rightfully so, it's everybody is talking shit about this caller and saying how Erica Kirk haters are complete artards and all that stuff. Based on the call, that is that's fair. I'm not even gonna like talk shit about his audience or something. But I was actually surprised that I didn't go down here and immediately see 100 comments in a row trending that is people explaining what the guy was talking about with the ex-boyfriend of Erica Kirk, because I don't think that this is a completely dismissible thing. So let me pull some of this up. By the way, the guy's name is Cabot Phillips, ladies and gentlemen. And now we'll verify. I believe this guy is reported to be a I got all this stuff to go through. Okay. This guy has been reported to be a current touring member of TPUSA. The name is Cabot Phillips. Hold on one second. Let me get this up there. I got a couple things here, guys. That there. And then we'll go here. Okay, so let's hop over here, because this is the thing is I don't remember what Erica Kirk gave a timeline. This is what this guy's referring to, that she gave a timeline about that she wasn't dating before Charlie and this and that. And this is Cabot Phillips. She's clearly in some kind of relationship. Couple who gets painting lessons together. Yes, we're that couple. I don't think that implies a platonic, merely friendship, right? Or are we going to all pretend to be retarded again and ignore social norms that we all understand? Are we going to all pretend to be retarded or what? Let me go down here. So, which one are we on? Here we go. Okay, so Erica Kirk's ex-boyfriend, Cabot Phillips, will be doing college tours in Charlie Kirk's place. The relationship surfaced after Erica Kirk's CBS town hall claiming to not have dated at all 5 years before she met Charlie. And this is within the 5 years. So, and he's the executive producer. Hold on. Let's look up this guy. Let's verify this, that he's either doing stuff for TPUSA and or the Charlie Kirk show. Shit. Yeah, so Turning Point USA speaker Cabot Phillips talks to da-da-da. So yeah, this isn't just a crazy thing. Cabot Phillips, MTSU's chapter of Turning Point USA hosted Cabot Phillips. Yeah. So this guy is doing stuff with Cabot Phillips, Erica Kirk's ex-boyfriend, who she was with before Charlie Kirk, is doing stuff for TPUSA. So this guy that called in, the thing that he was right about, you guys, you understand what I'm getting at, right? Where I'm talking about the shilling and the dishonesty. This is Exhibit B. This is Andrew Wilson and or his editor, whoever is doing his channel, shilling for TPUSA and Erica Kirk, because they are delightfully editing out the part that the caller was correct about, where he says that guys, is this not, are we all going to pretend that this isn't like you just, this doesn't make any sense. I don't understand the conspiracy. She is dating this guy. She's with this guy, Cabot Phillips, and they're posting all these pictures. They're really close. They're doing painting classes together. And then she gets with Charlie Kirk. She meets him under the guise of becoming an employee, then gets married to him. Charlie gets offed. She becomes the CEO, and this guy, Cabot Phillips, is working for TPUSA, her ex, who she lied and said she wasn't dating. Are we going to pretend like that's not, like, she's not a liar, and that's not, like, that doesn't raise any eyebrows for you? Andrew Wilson, I'll concede that might be a little weird. So what? Bro, it's weird. That's the point. Where are we at? What? Okay, we're here. Okay. So, and then to top everything off, guys, to top it all off, why the fuck does he have this picture out there? Hold on, I lost the tab. Here we go. Let me get us over here. Of course, the conspiracy wouldn't be complete without the word pizza being involved. He's a shit painter? Yeah. No, the painting sucked. So let's take a look at this. Are children safe in America? Check out this hashtag, this thing. We all know about this. The man with a pizza tattoo is Erica Kirk's ex-boyfriend. Check out Cabot Phillips, guys. TPUSA. He's so cool. Look at him. Check it out. For the youth chapter, right? Cool. With the pizza tattoo inside of his lip. I mean, is this really what we're going to just ignore all this, huh? After the files and everything, guys, have we learned nothing? Have we learned absolutely nothing? We're just gonna look away, huh? Put your head in the sand. Uh-oh, Erica's ex-boyfriend has the word pizza tattooed in his lip and has tweets like this. Guys, Andrew Wilson, if you ever want Andrew Wilson to just like look away and run, you just pull up these tweets right here. This is Erica Kirk's ex. If this is a pizza eating contest, I'm taking the W. Pizza talk is the new pillow talk. It's the new pillow talk, guys. Just waiting for that one special girl who will give me the same feeling as when the pizza guy shows up at my door. And remember, the one picture of Erica Kirk eating food on her social media was her eating a slice of pizza. And then we all know the weird theory, and I'm not even saying that it's true. I would need to look more into it, but there were enough red flags for me to be concerned about that weird relationship Erica Kirk had with that underage girl, where they have all those tweets and stuff where they're like talking to each other weird. And then the only picture she has of food on her page is her eating a giant slice of pizza, like at the club or something. Guys, this is like, I'm going to make a slightly different point here. We can't, if we're going to back it up and say, let's just try to be extremely fair here. Let's back it up a little bit. Okay. Say, I don't know that the pizza thing is like real. I don't know if there's that much you can read into this. Yes, she's a lying bitch. She is like demonstrably a liar. This is not even debatable. She lied, said she didn't drink. She lied, said she wasn't dating before Charlie Kirk. There's other shit. She lied about Charlie not getting the text. Remember, guys, the text message that Charlie got, or no, that Charlie sent, right? Saying that they're going to kill me. Okay? She lied about that text not existing. And it was in his phone. It just wasn't, I guess it wasn't in iMessages or something. It was in, I don't know. That was her excuse, apparently, that she told Candace Owens. And then everyone at TPUSA that misrepresented his views on the donors. I won't describe or specify what donors, but you guys know what I mean. The donors. How they misrepresented Charlie's views on all of that stuff until it all just came boiling over and they had to admit it and go, yeah, you know what? We're glad these texts finally came out so we can just set the record straight. Yeah, right, buddy. Yeah, that's why it took Candace Owens making the claim and getting called a lying retard until it finally came out. And then you guys at TPUSA were super happy that all that info came out finally, right? Right. No, so my point here is, guys, can we necessarily like, you can't press charges for a tattoo or the weird tweets and the lies and the weird shit. Guys, why do we need to associate with this fucking organization? That is like my lower tier point here. Bring us a little down to earth. Say we don't know that. Yeah, we got a bunch of weird patterns of weird behavior and stuff. And is it enough for criminal charges or to say, you know, some call to action? Probably not. Let's back it down. It's enough for us to be suspicious and whatever. Can we at least agree? There's no reason to involve yourself with these fucking people. Is it not just weird enough for you? Is there not enough red flags? Enough smoke, huh? You can't find the fire. We can't verify that there's a fire, but there's all this smoke. Why even associate with it? That is my point. The fucking one of the people that started TPUSA co-authored some paper or some book with Michael Aquino, who is the fucking Satanist guy from the Temple of Set, who was in our military and specialized in mind manipulation, mental warfare stuff. Sounds crazy, but you can look it up. Michael Aquino. And he co-authored a book with one of the people who started TPUSA. I forget the guy's name, but we did a whole episode on this. And then they also think that's verified. We looked into. Judging by the pictures, it looks real, but I don't know. This is one of those things that we can't or we don't have verification of entirely. Is that there's pictures of Erica Kirk's parents with Michael Aquino and his wife or whatever at the time. So with all of these red flags, I don't see why we even need to associate with it. That's my thing. This is part of my argument with Trump and why our system is broken. When the last election we were going into, it was Biden, Trump, and RFK Jr. on the fucking election ticket. At the time, that's what it looked like it was going to be before Biden dropped out. Okay? That means Biden, these were our choices for president. This is what I'm saying is we like when there's enough red flags, can we say that Donald Trump banged a 12-year-old and whatever else is in the files? No. But all the red flags, this is a sign that like the system is broken. When for our election, our only options are Biden, who openly gropes children at the Senate fucking photo shoot things. There's that. That's option number one for our president. And then the other two people, Trump and RFK on the ticket, were both friends with Trump and Ghislaine Maxwell. And RFK's wife was super close. This is where you go, yeah, are their hands directly dirty? Did they bang? We shouldn't be having to have that conversation about our only three options for president. There should be at least one of them that isn't possibly a chomo. Right? This is a similar argument to what I'm making with these fucking disgusting people at TPUSA and Erica Kirk. Why associate with them? There's all these red flags. Aim for higher. Have better standards. Why are people associating with a company that's just got all of this nonsense and weird shit going on? The fucking weird cultish mental game stuff. Erica Kirk getting on the Zoom call and saying, look, guys, people act weird when they're mourning. So if you see people doing weird stuff, just, don't pay any mind to it. She literally said that. These people are mental manipulators. And I just I can't believe we can't just say, you know what, let's just do a new organization where there's no one involved that might be part of an MK Ultra program and mind control stuff, and co-authored a book with Michael Aquino, who is a famed Satanist with the Temple of Set, who has accusations about him banging little kids in his fucking temple and stuff. Can we just say, let's do something else? Do I sound crazy right now? Seriously, serious question. Do I sound completely crazy? Like, can't we just say, let's not? Let's find some people who aren't associated with Satanists and lying about all everything. Tiff Wash, did you look into Aquino's records, DMS? Military bases too? The accusations you're saying? Or just the records of what his service in the military? Here, let's get this up. So I hope Scott Starbird and some other people are in here that are truly interested in this. Guys, this is officially going to get interesting right here. So, as I've mentioned before, I started off day 2 on 9/11. This was within 24 hours, I believe, of Kirk getting offed. Within 24 hours, I posted a video showing what appeared to be some kind of projectile coming in from behind Kirk, from above, behind, and to his right, slightly at least, I think. In that video, you see some kind of little projectile that you only see it for one frame, but yeah, you see what appears to be some little dot that just appears, and then the blood starts coming out here. Okay. And I posted that and I was like, yeah, dude, I don't think, number one, we got this video and it looks like a projectile coming from the other end. But then on top of that, his wound, the wound that's in the front, looks more like an exit wound. I mean, it just does. Normally entrance wounds for most rounds, they correlate pretty closely to the actual size of the round itself. Okay. So whatever he got shot with, if it left a hole the size of a Reese cup in his neck, it would be something pretty fucking devastating. So let's take a look at this. Now, I did switch before I get over here. Let me finish explaining. I have sort of switched and said, you know what? I'm almost on board entirely with the mic theory, with the exploding mic thing. And even recently I was like, I don't know if it might have been both, as crazy as that sounds, and which wouldn't even be that hard to pull off. I actually thought about it the other day and I was like, oh, well, if they did have his microphone rigged up with some kind of explosive and somebody had the detonator, they could actually, it would not be that hard to, if you had a trigger, whoever's pulling or whatever, if it's a drone or something, whatever pulls the trigger to shoot Kirk, if you actually made the trigger of the gun also the detonator for the microphone, then both would go off. And it would ensure that he died one way or another, right? If you If you basically kill him 2 different ways at the same time, it ensures that he doesn't survive. But anyway, I was almost giving up on supporting the theory that he also got shot from behind or from some other direction. But I said this before, that I wished that we could get someone to get a ballistic gel body and put a shirt on it and the necklace and see how everything reacts if you shoot near the collar. Well, guys, here we are. I cannot believe. Let me get rid of this fucking Andrew Wilson cigarette tracker. We're done. We're done with that. I can't believe someone actually did it. Someone went and they got a ballistic gel dummy and shot it just above the collar. Guys, for real, lock in, because I cannot believe we finally have this. And look at what happens. Here's the first one I saw. Guys, look at what the shirt does. The other video, I'll pull up the other one. There's a second video. I got another one saved. Look at what the shirt does in the second one, too. The second one is super convincing. Guys, look at this. This is a 30-06 being shot right like about here, I guess. Here, let me full screen. Okay, so look at the chain. Guys, look at that. Dude, look at what the chain did. The chain is broken. The chain is broken. So this was one of my main problems with the theory that he got shot from behind instead of in the front. My main problem was I cannot explain the necklace breaking and flying backwards like that. But they did 2 tests with this necklace and the shirt and shot it with the 30-06. And the necklace fucking broke. Look at it. Now, so what's part of the problem here? Butter Knife said, looks exactly like Charlie. It does. It does. And so, dude, and I'm going to be this, guys, and this is me trying to fully show you guys. I'm truly trying to get at the truth here. And you could argue, and again, I'm surprised more people from the TPUSA camp aren't sharing this, but the reason they're not is because this guy thinks that Charlie didn't get shot from the front, and we'll get into that, okay? So this is the thing, is this guy who did this test, he goes into a little explanation here we'll get into with some of the caption on one of these videos, and he explains why he thinks that the angle and stuff does not make sense, and he thinks he was shot from another direction. But it looks like Charlie, but what's the problem here is that this round definitely didn't get stuck in his neck, right? In this video, this round is not getting stuck in the ballistic gel. It's blowing right out the back. So that is also problem number 2. Problem number 2 for people who want to share this to prove Tyler did it is that the whole back of this ballistic gel is blowed out. I mean, this almost looks like, you pausing this frame here, you'd almost think he got shot with a shotgun at close range. I mean, it looks like it tears right through him, or through the gel. So does this, what's interesting, guys, and this is why I think this is such a cool, I'm so glad someone did this test, and I'm obsessed with this, and this person deserves to get money off of the clips, or the clicks that they get from this fucking video, because this is good work here. This really looks interesting for the necklace breaking and the movement of the shirt, and I'll show you guys the movement of the shirt in the next video. It's astonishing. It looks exactly the same. Okay. So what you're seeing is the expansion. The energy from the bullet entering the skin causes cavitation. It causes expansion, and the expansion pops the necklace. Guys, holy shit. I cannot believe someone proved this. Yeah, see, and look at that. Look at that, and it came right back to normal size after expanding like a foot out. That's wild, man. And look, the necklace is broken right there. Now again, that didn't get stopped in the ballistic gel. I cannot make sense. Again, people have skin, and I did think about that. I was like, I don't think the ballistic gel. I think the gel is probably better for emulating sort of like a bullet passing through, the inside of someone's body. I don't know how well the ballistic gel imitates the skin, because part of this getting cracked and blown out the way it did is because there's no skin holding everything together. But here, let me show you guys. Let me get you guys over to the next one, and then we'll show a little bit of the caption here. But this is crazy. Okay, so let me read some of the caption. My team recreated the broken necklace and puffed out shirt effect 6 times out of 6 using gel block tests and a 30-06 and a necklace comparable to the one Charlie Kirk was wearing that day. The explanation is that because fluids cannot be compressed when 2,000 plus feet per pound of force is suddenly dumped into a fluid environment, what you see instead is a violent expansion. Note the shirt gyrations in our video match those of Charlie Kirk's. The expansion happens in thousandths of a second, while typical video is in hundredths, causing all sorts of video artifacts. Our video below was shot at 460 frames per second and with strong lighting, allowing us to see things more clearly. Hope that helps. So let's check it out, guys. Dude, look at that. Look at that. Let me go down here so it's even bigger. Look at the fucking chain flying off. Okay, but again, I don't think, yeah, Kenny, is that not just crazy? I'm actually like, I'm in real time, I'm showing you guys, my thinking through this and stuff. I'm trying to be super honest here. This made me really reconsider that maybe Tyler Robinson did it, but even if we could grant that this proved that Charlie was shot from the Losi Center, there's still issues with the whole case and everything, which we could get into. But I think, and let me try to find where this guy gets into it, because this guy doesn't think that Tyler did it. If I'm not mistaken, he doesn't think that the position that they claim the sniper was in, he doesn't think it's the right one. Let me see. Okay, so update. The number of obvious troll disinfo bots on this thread tells me that the narrative machine has a strong interest in ensuring that this Charlie Kirk investigation goes off in unpredictable directions. If you post with something designed to try, oh wait, okay. I thought this was. Let me see. Yeah, so he's going into talking about ballistic gel is more like stomach area, mostly liquid. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's let me see here. My thesis was it could not have been a 30-06 from the stated shooting position, but it could have been a 30-06 if shot from a higher and more offset of angles, such as the Sorensen building, where a white clad figure was seen leaving immediately after the shot was taken. So yeah, how about that? So this guy does not think that Tyler took the shot from the Losi Center. Here, let me look at this other one. I thought I saw something else he was getting into. Okay, here we go. 10. Here we go. Is this the right one? Oh no, here. Okay. So this is below this post that we already looked at. Here is but to be clear, I do not think CK was Shizot at this trajectory. This is a 10-10 degree angle mirroring the putative Losi building shot. Still, it's interesting to see the cavitation and necklace break. Butter Knife said, I would imagine prosecutors would have mentioned a worn barrel after in court having to admit the bullet cannot positively match the gun. A worn barrel, what do you mean? Stated that they couldn't, the rifling inside the barrel, yeah. Dude, the weird thing about the bullet fragments, though, right? They said that the ATF analyzed the 4 fragments, but it was recorded that they had 7 fragments. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember that well, but I thought there was 5 that were shown in the pictures of the fragments. Like they've got fragments missing and stuff. And this was the thing, I talked about this on my Sunday Run Day thing. The bullet fragment thing is especially interesting because, guys, at this point, this is the thing, and you can look at the way people are talking about this online and stuff. People are really convinced that Tyler did this, and they don't really know why, you know? And so what we really... Ideally, you would need some good evidence to show that he didn't do it, even though that shouldn't be how this works, right? The state should be having to prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt that he did. And instead, the court of public opinion has already decided that Tyler Robinson is probably the guy that did it, except for a few people that are willing to be seen as a crazy person on Twitter. Okay? We need some positive evidence to show that he didn't do it, to do some real convincing. And the bullet fragments being missing, apparently, I think is an attempt to stop that from happening, right? Because the bullet fragments, not only would it prove that it was the right bullet, if it was, but it would also disprove that it's the right bullet if it wasn't. So the bullet fragments being missing just allows more. To me, this is another red flag that allows the prosecution some more wiggle room and bullshitting room to say, oh, yeah, we've got the bullet. It couldn't be matched, but that doesn't mean that it's not a match. It's just that it couldn't be matched because it was too damaged. And also, there's fragments missing. There's listed as being 7 fragments, and there's only 4 that the ATF analyzed. So if you only have 4 fragments, it makes it incapable of you showing that it's not the right bullet as well. So yeah, dude, this whole fucking thing is such a clown show. And then, do you guys remember? Did you guys see all the fucking people? I think I saved some stuff about this. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But bro, all the fucking people that got on and said, here, let me bring this up. Ian Carroll explains this pretty well. So all these fucking people, basically the same retards that had the Epstein files phase 1 binders, all those same clowns are now getting on Twitter and going, yeah, we're all of us social media influencers that just get on Twitter and suck off Donald Trump all day. Yeah, they let us in the courtroom to show us this special unseen 4K video that indisputably proves Tyler Robinson did this. He took the shot. You can see it in 4K. You can see the sweat dripping down his face, okay? We know now, it's been proven to us, and trust us, Tyler Robinson did this, okay? We saw this going down. The fucking jack off Posobics. Oh, wrong tab. Here we go. Over here. It's all lies, guys. It's all lies. We already heard during the preliminary hearing that was public and being viewed live by literally everyone that they said they don't have a picture or video of Tyler Robinson taking the shot. This has already been gone over in court, and these people are pretending that they have a clear video of Tyler taking the shot. Let's get into it.
As I was finishing recording everything, all the TPUSA influencers were filing out of court with this crazy new story about this video that they all saw at the end of the very last day after the cameras were off. So none of us got to see it. They apparently got to see this crazy high definition video that was zoomed in that showed Tyler Robinson taking the shot. Except there's some problems with that. It turns out that it's actually just the same video footage that we already got from the same surveillance cameras that we already saw. Same resolution and everything. They just used a video editing program to zoom in on it. So I'll let you make up your mind as to whether you think that qualifies as 4K video that clearly shows the shot. Yeah, it's all very transparent at this point. We got the Erica Kirk lawyer, TPUSA lawyer, asked them to show this video off camera on the last day when they packed the house with a whole bunch of TPUSA influencers. So then all those TPUSA influencers could just happen to come out after court on the last day of court and have this crazy story about this footage that you didn't see, but they did. Trust them. It was crazy. It sure showed what happened. Except the problem was that Brandy and Billy of Brandy and Billy's show, they were there. Some real journalists were there.
Yeah, so guys, this is another thing. Now, this doesn't prove what's going to happen and what the jury's going to think and whatever, obviously. But to me, this is a weird sort of red flag This is another red flag. When you see these influencers coming out and doing all of this stuff, just at what appears to be straight up lying. I mean, we've got conflicting reports from different people who were supposedly there. We've got that. So there's only so much you can do with that. But then on top of that, we have that they already said in court that they don't have a quality video showing anybody taking a shot. All they have is the video of the guy, some person who we have not identified yet, going on the roof of the Losi building, walking across and crouching down, and then they fucking get up and run away. You don't see a shot happening, and you know there was never a shot happening on camera because they released an edited version of the rooftop video, and everyone has only seen, up until the preliminary hearing, we have only ever seen the video of the guy running away. They held back the earlier part of the footage that shows the guy laying there, and you never see them take a shot or any recoil or anything. Right? This is what I've been saying this whole time, and I've been right. I was right about that red flag. I was right. I told you guys this whole time. This makes no sense. They're showing us the Losi security footage, and it's cut. It's edited to only show the guy running away. The roof is entirely visible in this security camera. It's within the frame. And there's no way the camera just started working when the guy was running away. They have to, logically, they have to have the part of the footage at the moment Charlie gets shot. And the only reason you're not releasing it is because it doesn't help your case. Because you don't see a shot happening. It doesn't say whether Tyler is guilty or not. It didn't affect anything to release the video of the guy running across the roof. How would it be even any worse for a jury or whatever if it showed the moment the shot happened? Well, that's the problem. It doesn't show a shot happening. And these fucking guys are liars. So I was right about that this whole time. They're holding back that video because there isn't a shot. I said that multiple times and I was right. Here we are. And this is another red flag to me, where we've got all of these fucking influencers that are just straight up lying in unison, going on Twitter to lie about what they saw. It's, guys, this is because they're nervous and they're trying to convince the public of something before the jury gets selected. That is what is happening right now. Make no mistake. Why are they doing this? Obviously, because the evidence is shitty and they know it. They go on Twitter and pretend that this is an open and shut case, but all their other actions speak louder than their stupid fucking tweets. You're all clearly lying, doing a synchronized lying campaign because you are trying to convince the public of something because you know that the evidence won't do that on its own.
In the house. In fact, they literally slept on the concrete in order to get slots in line because there was only 14 of them. So they stayed overnight on the concrete so they could get in. And they saw the video and they immediately called bullshit. This is their court wristbands. Brandy posted saying, "I was in the courtroom today. There is no high quality zoomed in footage showing anyone taking a shot. The video shown is the same distance as the footage of Tyler jumping off the roof shown in this screenshot. Tyler. I have no idea why people are claiming otherwise. They know the video isn't going to be released publicly, so they're misrepresenting what was actually shown in court. Whoopsies." And that started a firestorm. They tried to discredit Brandy.
Robinson's face. It could be anyone. It literally could be anyone. It does not zoom in well enough at all for you to be able to tell who it is. You can see someone crouching down. You cannot see anyone pulling a trigger. There is no sound. People are saying oh, there was sound. You could hear the gunshot. That is an absolute lie. No sound at all.
Score one for Real Journalists. Shout out to Brandy. Shout out to Billy. Give them a follow if you don't already. Don't believe the psyops. Conspiracy theory.
Red flags, guys. Red flags. Why, if the evidence speaks for itself, why must you lie? Right? This is such an open and shut case. Doth protest too much. Little MAGAs. Well, I don't know, guys. I got more stuff saved on this. It's 10 already. Hold on a second. Was there anything that I really needed to touch on? I guess I could show this. They're showing, I need to look into this a little more though. Hold on a second. All right, let's take a look at this. Hold on a second, guys. I'll rip the bong one more time. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so this lines up with my my other theory. This person said we got him. I don't know that this is true, guys. We got to look into this more, but I think there's a couple. Let's. I don't know if this is the one I'm thinking. Hold on.
This is it right here, guys. This is it. Okay. This is Tyler Robinson going home right here. What you're looking at is Charlie Kirk with an infrared beam in the back of his head. I told you guys that I would eventually get around to figuring out how to make this infrared beam show up, as you're seeing right here. Matter of fact, look at it. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to point you through it real quick. It's only going to take.
Bro, this video keeps stopping on its own.
About 5 minutes to get this done. Look, you can see it turn on. Boom, right there. In case you can't see it, look, I want you to pay attention to the circular area.
Can you see the little things he's talking about? He's talking. Can you guys see this, or is it too grainy for you guys?
I want you to pay attention when it looks like a reflection of the infrared beam, because you can't see that, right? Infrared beams are not, you can't see it with your eye. The camera can't pick it up. But what I figured out is you could get the reflection. So we're getting the reflection, and it's coming down, and this is the reflection of it basically coming down from that angle. You see how it's angled kind of downward in the middle, from the middle of the circle right here, and watch how all of this moves as a unit as it goes up to here, gets a little bit brighter, then shuts off, and he shot right at that moment. Look at it. Moving into place, moving, boom, shot. You can see it. Moving into place, he shot. One more time. Turns on, moves into place, moves up, and he shot. Now I have a couple more just so you can see the infrared beam and how powerful it was. All of this is from Candace's video, Terrell Farnsworth video that was taken down. This is what they don't want you to see. This is what they're trying to hide from the official record. I have been fighting Israel and these people for months. They keep searching my account from Tel Aviv, from Israel. I keep going up against censorship. They know that I'm developing a platform, PenPub, decentralized, uncensored, and global, uncensored, and decentralized. That's what I call it. So they know that I'm doing all of these things and showing everyone these things. They don't want this to be entered into evidence. Terrell Farnsworth's video, I already know they don't want this to be entered into evidence because of this, or they want certain redactions because of what I'm showing you right now. If the defense team gets...
So this is a negative, and look, it looks like you can see the bullet wound in the back of his head right here, guys. And this is what I was saying too, was I bet because when the video comes out, remember, because they fucking took the SD card from this camera, and this angle wasn't visible for a long time. They took the SD card out. But I was saying, I wonder if that if that video even shows anything that you could really see, because with the angle that it comes in on, based on my initial first theory, it would be within his hairline. Like it wouldn't be low on his neck, because it would have to be someone standing like right above him, behind him, to get that angle. It would have to be like up here within his hairline, where you probably wouldn't even see the entrance wound. Right? Because the entrance wound, again, guys, I could show you a graph. We can Google it, but you Google yourself entrance wound versus exit wound, and they'll show you, Google has charts with a breakdown of like, normally the exit wound is larger. The entrance wound often correlates almost exactly with the size of the round itself. Exit wound is bigger. And that's what it appears to me to be happening in the video of Kirk.
To hold of this. And they're able to do what I have done.
Look at that right there. This is like a negative.
Okay, what I'm teaching you guys that you can do from your cell phone. Do not let these people fool you. Don't let them fool you into thinking that we can't figure this out. Yes, we can. This is not JFK and MLK's time. Yeah, there was no cell phones back then. It was much easier for the elite to control what people were seeing and what was disseminated to them. They can't control it now. We all have cameras. There was a bunch of cameras that were there. There was a camera that we saw was right behind Charlie Kirk's head.
Okay, this keeps stopping. Let me see if I can find this other video, because I think someone else sees a dot with the negative. So look at this. Let's hop over here. Steve is forgetting that the exception proves the rule. What are you referring to? What are you talking about? What did I say that makes you think I forgot that? What did I do? Incompetence does not equal conspiracy. Incompetence of what? What are you talking about? Who's incompetent of what? Can you like explain so I can? Okay. So anyway, breaking new evidence, no exploding mic, blah 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 blah. They're getting into drones, planes, all that.
Oh, you crazy, man.
So this is the other guy showing this video. Yeah, guys, and some of these people think that it was those drones, those little drones. The incompetence of prosecutors. I thought you were saying I'm a fucking idiot and that I'm just coming up with a theory because I'm an idiot. Would have liked to be paired with a non-infrared, yeah. See this, but I'm showing this in full disclosure. I'm not being like, some schizo person that's just showing you this, like, look, this proves everything. I'm like, this is interesting, and it happens to line up. Guys, remember, whoever this person is, we could go back on their social media. I doubt anyone was I hate to toot my own horn here. You guys know I hate doing that. But I doubt that this person had, within 24 hours, posted that Charlie was shot from a different direction. I didn't see anyone else saying that. I literally came up with it myself. I was the only the video that I saw the projectile in was the video that people were sharing in the first 24 hours that were showing the guys doing weird hand movements, Charlie's security, that seemed to be giving tactical hand signals. I'm not saying that they were, that I know they were. I'm just saying that's the video that I saw the projectile in, and people were sharing the video just to show the tactical hand signals, the alleged hand signals. And I was like, yo, there is a projectile in this video. And that was within the first 24 hours. This just happens to line up exactly with what I was thinking, that the bullet comes in within his hairline and exits down here. So it was like either a drone that was above the tent or something. Maddie said, no, Steve, there's a lot of weird shit surrounding the case, but the wound can absolutely be explained pretty easily. Explained easily with what? What do you mean? You mean that it looks like an exit wound? Or you're saying the it's not an exit wound and you can explain how it's not? Either way, this video this guy is showing is seems to show some kind of tiny fucking projectile hit him in the back of the head.
There's no way in the world that the military combined with Israel could perform 2 shots at the same time to assassinate Charlie Kirk. There's no way that he got shot above and behind his right ear, traveling down his neck and entering out the front. There's no way that that happened, bro. You tripping, bro. That's what they tried to gaslight me and tell me, man. Look at this. I went and found that 60 frames per second video. I forget who the guy that put it. I think it's Cub something. But I found it. Look at this. And I found you the 2 frames necessary to go ahead and tell Tyler Robinson, go on home, son. Go ahead and get Tyler Robinson, tell him go home. Look at this. Beam in the first movement of the Charlie Kirk assassination. Right there. Beam. Hold. Shirt movement. You want to keep playing with me, y'all? I've been telling you this for 9 months. 2 shots killed Charlie Kirk at the same time. There's the first one. Boom. Beam. You see the hole? You see the shirt movement? Look, we'll go back. Look, same time. The beam is literally hundreds of a millisecond just before the shirt movement, as you would expect. Why is the shirt moving right there? That's because the shot entered in the right side, broke the C2 to C7 vertebrae in Charlie's neck, incapitated his neck in a downward left fashion. That's why his beard line dropped. That's why everything was pushed to the left. That's why Charlie began to fall to his left. The momentum was carrying him that way from this shot that hit him from the back right side, completely breaking his neck as it went down through his neck and out on the side of his throat.
Project TVO Pod, welcome. This is Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. Please don't leave. Thanks for getting up in the chat. You said just got here. You should go live when Andrew is doing his open debates on the topic. When does he normally do that? Because I am interested. I'm not trying. This is the thing. I've already kind of done a spiel about this before. I don't know. I'm worried. I've covered a bunch of Andrew Wilson stuff. I do debate reviews sometimes on this channel. I do all kinds of crap, but some of the stuff we do is debate reviews, and I do like covering Andrew Wilson debates. He's entertaining and he's a smart guy and he's a good debater. But I am concerned, and it's just partly because I feel like he has a bias now because of his public relationship with TPUSA, that they are utilizing his debate skills to teach their little debaters to handle detractors and stuff. And the conversation that I reviewed on here earlier, I feel like he wasn't exactly fair towards the end when this a crazy guy called in and he sounded stupid and he was saying he didn't like Erica Kirk, and part of his evidence was a fucking AI generated picture, and that is a goddamn embarrassment. Okay. But, and Andrew was willing to defend it at first. I could have told you from the get-go, if someone called into my show and said they had a picture of Erica Kirk and JD Vance hugging while standing on Charlie Kirk's casket, I could have told them in 2 seconds that is a retarded AI generated picture. And you are stupid for believing that and never even Googling it to see if Snopes said something about it. So it was an absolute embarrassment. But towards the end, the guy does talk about Erica Kirk's ex. He doesn't know the guy's name. The guy's name is Cabot Phillips. He has a pizza tattoo on his bottom lip and all these weird pizza tweets, and was dating Erica Kirk within the window that Erica Kirk claimed she wasn't dating anyone else before Charlie. And the guy is currently now working for TPUSA and doing stuff for them, tours and all kinds of shit. And I think stuff for the Charlie Kirk show. And Erica Kirk first met Charlie under the guise of wanting to be an employee and is now the CEO. Now, I don't feel like that is unfactual or unfair to point out when saying you're suspicious of Erica Kirk. But in the clip we played earlier, all Andrew Wilson did is basically let this guy bury himself with a couple non-factual or, off things that he said. One off thing that he said, and buried the guy, and then didn't fact check any of the substantive verifiable stuff. And the video just ends. And it's like, dude, that's shady. That's shady. I would never do that over here. I want to contend with the best evidence from both sides. And thus far, I don't think the prosecution has a good case against Tyler Robinson. And I think Erica Kirk is incredibly suspicious. I don't know that unfortunately, I would either way. I'd be happy to have a conversation with Andrew Wilson because number one, I'm worried he would not want to have a genuine conversation because I think he has a bias now. He's doing stuff for TPUSA and he's not interested in having a conversation that could possibly sway him into thinking that there's any problem with TPUSA or Erica Kirk's behavior. Okay, so there's that issue. But I would still do it because I think that I could highlight that in our discussion because I don't, I at least kind of do my due diligence. I would never call into Andrew Wilson's show with one of my main points of evidence being an AI generated picture that I got tricked by. Would never happen. That is so embarrassing. I would immediately log off and off myself. So anyway, yeah, I would be interested in having that convo. I don't think Andrew Wilson is, though, unfortunately. B-Dubs is up in here, too. What's up, B-Dubs? I made that picture in Photoshop. Which one? The D pic you sent to me? Fooled me.
On the left-hand side. That's what you saw. Now listen, I'm going to show you something. Watch this right here. Everything I'm about to show you is 1 second. All of what I'm about to show you is 1 second. It's 1 second. Watch this. This is all 1 second. We're about 10 frames in, which on the normal one is about 20 frames. All right, about 14 frames in is when we get it. Here we go. Boom, right there. That's about 14 frames in, which is about 28 frames if you're watching at 60 frames per second. And it only lasts, boom, it's over with. By the time it's at 15 frames, so it's literally 1 frame. You get 1 frame of the mean. And at that exact frame is when we see the shirt movement. Boom. We don't even get all the way to the next frame before you see the chaos start to push all the way to the left. And it's over with. Charlie Kirk was dead right there, guys. I can't even make these little blocks, these little objects smaller because the time frame is so small. It's only, let me see.
Yeah, I don't know about this, guys. I'm gonna have to look into this more. I don't know who this person is. They apparently, I guess, do who doesn't do a podcast at this point, but I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued because this isn't something that I'm like, stumbling onto other people's stuff and now trying to form a conclusion or something based off of schizo stuff. Like, this goes right along with what I thought happened at the beginning. I posted on 9/11 the day after it happened. I said, this doesn't look right. It looks like an exit wound in the front, and we have one frame where you catch what appears to be some kind of projectile coming from above and behind him. Then that lines up with the exit wound being in the front of his neck. And it makes sense why they would tear up all the sod and put paving stones down on the ground to remove any evidence of a projectile coming from a different direction. I mean, it's not like completely crazy. Oh, this person responded again. Interesting. I'd have the opposite perspective. The behavior of Erica is odd compared to the average public, but I don't think that's proof for some of the claims many people are claiming online. Yeah, I mean, so this is a nuanced conversation. It is. I really, it's not. Believe me. So I'm not sure where you think I'm coming from. I'm not like a crazy lefty or something. I voted for Trump all 3 times he ran. Okay, I haven't been happy with what Trump has been doing, but I'm not a fucking like a completely crazy Democrat person or something. I wouldn't say I was a supporter of Charlie Kirk, but I was a fan. I did some debate reviews with his stuff on here. My main problem with him was his shilling for a certain country, which I was late to the news that he was no longer shilling for that country, according to direct messages and later interview things that he did, where he was turning his back on these donors, as we know. I was late to the news. But that was my main problem with Kirk, was that he was such a supporter of that one country that I don't want to bring up right now and name on here because it fucks up the algorithms probably. But yeah, dude, so it's a nuanced conversation. I think I don't find it unfair for people to be suspicious of Erica Kirk. Claims like, I mean, there's probably there's so many conspiracies and stuff. I can't imagine what some people are claiming she did or didn't do or whatever. But I don't know. I would say enough of her behavior from start to finish, it's just been bizarre. I recommend you trying to get into his open debate on the topic. However, I'm game for us to have the convo debate on it. I'm also a content creator. Oh, cool. What do you want to do, like a live on live thing some night where we can talk about it? Both of us go live. You seem cool. You're open to conversation in the chat. You're not just coming in here like, hey, look at this retard. So I'd probably be down. Oh, I agree with him shilling for that country. I have more problems with the guy, to be honest. So I agree. Yeah. So, but yeah, I was kind of digressing, but I wasn't like someone who was a hater of Charlie Kirk, and now I'm like, oh, I get to talk shit about his widow because she looks a little suspicious. How convenient for me, dude. I was so ready. I don't want to sound like too much of a pussy, but I was so ready to cry when I pulled up the Erica Kirk video when she's in his studio, like what was like the day after or 2 days after. She's in the studio standing next to his chair and talking to the camera, and I was ready to just be in tears. I had already watched videos of and I did cry when I saw it was a compilation of videos of Charlie from Erica Kirk's Instagram where he's doing the quote of the day stuff and watching him interact with his daughter. The one video where he gets her the doll that's like off the shelf and stuff, and seeing him be a dad, that was like, emotional stuff. It's heart-wrenching. It sucked to see, I I was like, man, he seems like such a good dad. I bet he'd be like the best dad ever to have, just like a level-headed guy who wants to make his family happy and stuff. What a blessing. And some people would never experience that, and it just got snuffed out. It was heartbreaking, and I was crying watching it. And then I pull up this video of Erica Kirk, and it's like a literal human form of the bride of Chucky. And she looks mad and like not sad at all. She doesn't cry. And then she asks for donations at the end. And I was just kind of sitting there like, what just happened? I don't know, man. The whole, I could put a list together of Erica Kirk's most suspicious moments. We might need to do a compilation and go through it or something. All right, guys. Yeah, I was on a little earlier. I got to get off here. This has been Dark Times with Dark Massive. We're going to be exploring this topic again soon. I will have a new parody song coming out about the Tyler Robinson trial. So we'll have that soon. That should be within like a week from now. 2 weeks tops. I will have it done. As long as I got it done before the judge revisits this in September, then I'm good to go. But and don't forget, Friday I'll be on the Bubba Army channel with Lummy for the weekly wrap-up show. That's Friday around 10 something, I guess, is when that starts, a.m. Eastern time. And probably a new parody song. I've already submitted it, but I think they're going to play it this week on Bubba's show, the one about Tuttle banging the retarded girl. So we got a lot to get to, guys. I'll see you in the Bubba Army chat. Oh, thank you, Promo. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for hanging. I really appreciate it. What's your name again? Broski, I'll follow your channel. Hold on a second. Project VO Pod. Let me let me pull this up. Yeah, I'll sub to your channel, dude. I'm interested in having a convo about it. Maybe we'll link up somehow. Ooh, Heavy Duty Country. Oh my God. Okay. So you know what, guys? I was just about to log off. Let's watch this real quick. I still haven't hit this bong again. Heavy Duty Country just released a video, and it's funny because he brings up Erica Kirk's brother, who happens to look like the person in the security footage. You can't make this stuff up, guys. Hold on. Do we need to watch this real quick? Friday's going to be lit. Dude, I'm super excited to go live with Lummy. That's going to be a good time. Tuttle's going to get fake heat with me? You think so? He'll probably get real heat with me. We're going into overtime. We are. All right, guys, let's go over to this real quick. Real quick. It's only 10 minutes. We'll play it in 5x speed. We'll be through it in 2 minutes. Here we go.
What is Spectrum Internet? It's invincible Wi-Fi that stays on when the...
Folks, welcome back.
It boils your brain while you sleep.
Hope everyone's doing pretty good. There has been more that's came to light on the Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk situation. And this week, actually, I was supposed to have Jesse on Fire and Trigger Smart out to the ranch to film another video on this entire thing because they found a .223 round on another building. And now we know the exact round that they pulled out of Charlie's neck, which obviously we'll get into that, but it didn't match the rifle. But unfortunately for this week, I got rain all over the place here. So we're just going to, I'm not scared of it, but who knows? Maybe Jesse is. I'm just kidding, buddy. Anyways, folks, I want to start with this. So this is Erica Kirk's half brother. His name is Travis Guinta. I've never been good with names. Y'all know this. So we're just going to go with Travis G. And if y'all can look here, I don't know. What do y'all see? To me, that kind of seems like the same.
Bro, why do you look like the suspect? My dude. Why do you look like the suspect?
Dude, here's kind of the crazy part about all this. They don't have a legitimate sign that any of this is Tyler Robinson. And then something really interesting is that Ben Shapiro's security team, for some reason, got updates about this. The moment Charlie got into their vehicle, the moment his security team picked Charlie up, put him in the vehicle, they were texting Ben Shapiro's security team. That's not weird. Maybe not call a family doctor or a doctor in general. Hey, guys, Charlie Kirk has been shot in his fucking neck, and we're coming to the hospital to figure it out. Listen to this shit.
So I remember where I was when all this was happening. I was in Los Angeles. I had sort of a breakfast/lunch meeting with somebody. And
I wonder where that was. Was that just a guess, a bank? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Ben. You can calm down.
Damn, that's funny. Kenny said her brother looks like Tyler. Yes, so he looks like the suspect.
And I got the news that Charlie had been shot, and my security was on the phone with Charlie's security because nobody knew what the hell was going on. While Charlie was still in the back of the car, and we were sort of getting updates along the way. At 2:40 p.m. So I remember
Bro, Charlie fucking hated this guy. There's no good reason for this motherfucker to be on the phone listening to Charlie drown in his own blood.
Badass, man. That's you're really just kind of it's kind of like you're name dropping right now. You know, when people do that, it's like, oh, I know this guy. That guy's my buddy, or I've hung out with that guy before. That's kind of what this shit is, or at least that's what it seems like to me. It's a little bit sketchy. Why would your security team need to know anything? And just so everybody knows, the bank thing, it's because the Daily Wire is struggling, not because of that. I don't know. Do you call him a hat? Is that a hat that he wears, or is it? I'm not being funny. I just don't know what they're called. But anyways, we put this in our last video, but I didn't really get to talk about it. Apparently, they have the footage of Tyler Robinson taking the shot. I think this is pretty interesting. So Trump reveals that the U.S. Space Force has cameras in orbit that can read the badge of Iranian officials entering nuclear sites. But we don't have any imagery of this fucker's face anywhere. I'm going to pull up the video of him taking the shot, and y'all tell me if you can see any identifying information other than a black fucking blob on the screen, which literally could be an obese woman wearing a black leotard at this point, and we would not be able to tell the difference. Okay, obese, maybe you could tell Tyler Robinson was obese, but y'all are getting the point here. Y'all don't have shit. So, folks, something that a lot of people are prepared for, or they think—
God, an ad. Oh, no. It's still an ad. Oh, God. I thought that was body cam footage of Tyler Robinson. It's just an ad.
Make sure your freedom is protected. We got some dude who does not speak American. It's definitely English and whatever, but we'll try to get through it. I'm going to try to speed through this because they're watching this video in court, and I've watched this and I literally saw it and was like, is this really proof of anything? But y'all tell me. Let me turn my cursor on so I can point it out because it's that hard to figure this shit out. And what?
Okay, let me shrink down to miniature size micro machines over here so you guys can see this 100% proof that Tyler Robinson did this with this 4K video where you can see the sweat beads dripping down his cheek as he nervously pulled the trigger. Let's check it out. Lock in, guys. The evidence is right here.
Time is this? So this is him.
We can go ahead and take him to the electric chair. We got it right here, guys. There's no conversation to be had anymore.
Afternoon, about 12:15.
On what day?
On September 10th,
Can't you tell this blob right here is wearing Converse and the American flag eagle shirt, which I gotta go order. I'm gonna get one.
What just happened, or what did we just? He just asked him what just happened. Nobody fucking knows, man. You could look at this and literally say any human on earth that could be that person because it's so far away. Because
you see right now, clearly the video shows Tyler Robinson is playing a solo game of Twister on the roof of the Losi Center right now. He's waiting for Kirk to take his seat.
When objects are that far away, unless he's wearing a white shirt, which if he was wearing a white shirt, you wouldn't be able to fucking see him. You wouldn't be able to see him because what color is the roof at this distance away from it? It's white. Unless he's a black guy, then whatever, but he wasn't.
The individual actually kind of rolls over the railing onto the roof of the Losi building.
All right. Right, because that's pretty obvious here.
And again, in the top left corner, the individual is now seen running across the rooftop of the Losi building to what would be the southwest corner of the building, crouching down and then crawling to the corner of the building.
I am extremely intrigued on how this guy can be this confident talking about this.
I got to show you guys some more stuff from my Twitter page, by the way. So yeah, we're going a few more minutes. It's okay. I got to work tomorrow, but I work a little bit later. So I'm going to go at least probably another like 10, 15 minutes.
He is crouching down and rolling to the side of the building to take the shot. Do you really know that's what he's doing?
And then moving away towards Campus Drive. And he appears to be.
Kenny said, I can't even tell if that's a person. Yeah. No, this is one of the aliens from Miami, the mall incident. It's one of those aliens right here on the roof of the Losi Center.
Carrying some kind of an object in his hand at this time.
Oh, you don't say.
So he's approaching
Campus Drive.
And again, broken into quadrants. Where is he currently?
In the top right quadrant.
I don't see shit.
Tell us what quadrant he's in because no one can fucking tell what is going on here. Please help us.
I don't see shit. Anyways, but folks, the point is in court, the way the criminal justice system works, and look, I'm not a fan of it. I think it's a fucking joke, but it's
stunning. Jack Posobiec said that's all the evidence he needed to see right there is all these grains. The grains.
you were innocent until proven guilty. If this is the only piece of evidence they had, there is not a belief beyond a reasonable doubt that you could show the person with the highest IQ in the world. Are there any identifying factors? Can you really even see a weapon here? Maybe he was up there bird watching. Maybe he was up there having a damn sandwich because he likes a better view of everything during his lunch break. I can keep going. I can keep going and think of probably 50 things that would make more sense than this. But here we are. They actually talked about this. Like, you know what the fuck is going on or who this was. And then, geez, man, we got this guy Lance Twiggs, which that name kind of just applies. I mean, man, just you are kind of a twig, eat some food, man. But he says a month before Charlie Kirk's murder, Tyler Robinson asked Lance Twiggs if he had a Dremel so he could inscribe messages on bullets.
Lance Twiggs testifies Tyler Robinson asked him if he had a Dremel.
I don't know if Heavy Duty Country is going to go into this, but just so I don't forget, a crucial point to remember here from Lance Twiggs' testimony. Now, does this dispute the fact that Tyler could have used the Dremel to do the markings on the bullets? No, what I'm about to say doesn't dispute that he could have done it. But if you pay attention here, Lance Twiggs says that Tyler Robinson got the Dremel about a month before Charlie Kirk got assassinated. What's the issue with that? If Tyler Robinson was getting the Dremel to carve these words onto the bullets that he was going to use to shoot Charlie, and he's asking it for a month in advance, why is that a problem? Let's think about it, guys. Why is that a problem? Why does that not line up? Oh, yeah, the TPUSA event at UVU was only scheduled about a week and a half or 2 weeks, not even, before Charlie got killed. So their story isn't quite lining up exactly how they'd like to, right? If Tyler is asking for the Dremel so he can carve the bullets that he's going to shoot Charlie with, how would he know that Charlie's going to be at UVU 2 weeks before anyone else knew or it was ever announced?
Dremel so he could inscribe messages on bullets.
He had said he was planning to go hunting with his family, and he asked me for if we had a Dremel to.
This is just audio.
To engrave messages on bullets, and I just told him where a Dremel was. And
okay, great, that's fine, dandy, and everything like that. But once again, does it prove that he is the one who shot Charlie Kirk? With this, no. It's weird. It's very weird, but no. And then, folks, we'll finish with this. This is my good buddy Nate from Valhalla VFT. Happy almost birthday, man. Trigger Smart. I'm not sure who the other two guys. I apologize for that. I'm probably just blanking right now. This is where we hear about the actual rounds that were used, and the bullets that were allegedly used were brand new FMJ rounds. Now, Candace Owens posted me, Jesse on Fire, my buddy Dustin's original video on this, where we took regular.
Okay, guys. Well, yeah, there's only a couple minutes.
Regular FMJ rounds, sent it through 2 pork butts, a cow femur, concrete blocks. You could have put a damn moose in front of it and would have went through it. Then the story went to frangible rounds. I'm going to play a little bit of that here just to show y'all what a frangible round did to this. Not even an FMJ, a frangible round. It's supposed to hit something, turn to dust, but it still went straight through it. Just get it up close here. So, okay, folks, so that's what we're shooting, okay? So frangible 30-06, they're very hard to find, almost impossible.
How much were these per round? These were $12 a round. And actually, a couple interesting notes about these. These are from 1945 stockpiles. The only reason that is actually extremely notable is because the whole story from the FBI is that Tyler Robinson shot a 1945, his grandpa's Mauser or whatever. So it's like, it is not 100%.
Hickory smoked young turkeys, but they're a lot thicker than a neck, a lot of bone. And we're going to put a concrete block behind it. That's perfect, dude.
Huh? This is exactly the difference.
There we go. Okay, so I went straight through this turkey and then hit a concrete block with a frangible.
Oh my God.
Frangible. I think it's fair to say, I don't believe he had frangible rounds. And if he did, it went through. It's a lot of meat.
Let me add something onto that.
Yeah, add it.
A person who would be good enough to make the shots that we just made would know better than to use ammunition from 1945 to assassinate somebody. You can't have it both ways, dude.
It doesn't make the biggest argument for if anybody has any knowledge of a gun and really ballistics in general rounds whatsoever.
Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going.
Oh man, that was
the wrong way.
That didn't make any sense, dude. Yeah. Anyways, folks, we are going to do another one of these, but that was with frangible rounds, and these are the rounds that were used. So, I mean, I hate to say it, but anybody who is thinking, oh yeah, his neck definitely stopped a 30-06 round, Full Metal Jacket, just God bless your soul. God bless it. Because as they say, I'd bet the farm that he went shot with a 30-06.
Okay. So the last thing I want to show you, I don't think this is accurate. It's a turkey, not Charlie Kirk. True. Lock up Tyler Robinson. This turkey just proved he did it. So this is another crucial thing, guys, that I wanted to show you, okay? And this is by far, this has been my best tweet about the Charlie Kirk case, all right? And it got no likes, it got throttled, it got buried, okay? No likes, no nothing. All right, but, you know, this is the thing is, whenever I've been debating people about this case, one of the main things that they think is just a nail in the coffin that gets brought up every time is they go, he confessed 4 times, okay? And that's a terrible argument because we know that people do false confessions and stuff like this, all right? But people keep bringing this up. And so I went ahead and put this out there. And this is the reason, okay? You guys want to know why I know that Tyler Robinson did not kill Charlie Kirk? Okay? You guys want to know? Because I have definitive proof. I know definitively why Tyler Robinson did not kill Charlie Kirk. You want to know why? Because I killed Charlie Kirk. I did it. This has been by far my best tweet. Confession text, shocking text, Tyler Robinson confessing. I killed Charlie Kirk, guys. I did it. Now what? Now what? You've got the wrong guy, okay? I did it. I was there. I drive a Dodge Challenger. I did it. We are Tyler Robinson. See, I just canceled out Tyler Robinson's confession. Someone had to do it, okay? Someone had to do it. Now his confession means nothing. So if you're ever debating someone about this and they go, look, Tyler confessed, you go, actually, my buddy Steve confessed to it. I'll show you the clip, okay? That's how I know Tyler didn't do it, is because my buddy Steve, this streamer, his name's Dark Match Steve, he actually confessed to killing Charlie Kirk. He says he did it. So now what? Brandon O'Neill, what's up, bro? Welcome. DMS, when the feds show up, I hope you have your twink makeup on. When the feds show up, listen to this, guys. I got him in a trick bag. I got him. Okay. When the feds show up here, because I confessed to killing Charlie Kirk, I'm going to record them coming to my door and they're going to ask me, hey, we saw this tweet. Did you actually kill Charlie Kirk? And I'm going to record that and post it. And I'm going to see, look, this is proof that they don't know who killed Charlie Kirk. It wasn't Tyler. Listen, if they know they have the right guy, they're not going to show up at my door. This is why this tweet is not as risky as it looks, okay? I'm not going to get swatted for this because they are trying to convince everyone they have the right guy. What are they going to show up here and admit that they got the wrong guy? We don't know what we're doing. This is a complete joke of an investigation. We're just going to try to lay this on whoever confesses. You're the only other person that confessed to killing Tyler Robinson. Oh, well, that's not true. Actually, that old guy confessed too. Remember? Yeah, so I didn't even have to do this. The old guy in the crowd confessed too. He killed Charlie Kirk. He confessed first. So I think that whoever confesses first should take the blame. So free Tyler Robinson, guys. He didn't do it. It was me and the old guy. We worked as a team. I was on a different rooftop shooting 223s, and the old guy was in the crowd as a distraction. I did it. Okay? That's how we know Tyler's innocent. All right, guys. This has been Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. I got to get that. For realsies, I got to go this time. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be up in the Bubba Army chat in the morning, chatting it up, slutting it up, lubing up, slutting it up. Where else? That's 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on the Bubba Army channel. It's the Bubba Love Sponge Show. Bubba the Love Sponge Show. I'll be up in there, and then Fat Pig might be going live. Oh yeah, he's still doing only Rumble, right? For his live stuff. It's just it's the Fat Pig, all caps, the Fat Pig 5 over on Rumble. Go support him over there because I know it's hard to build up shit on Rumble. And then also, where are we going after that? Then Scott Starbird should be live tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be up in that chat. And then I'll be live around 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. As long as Scott is going live, I'll be going on at 8. And then our boy Alex Stein, Pimp on the Blimp, will be live on the Real America's Voice channel over there at 11 p.m. Eastern time. What the F are you talking about, man? LOL. Everything you're saying right now is just an appeal to lack of evidence. Bro, everything I'm saying right now is just a complete joke. It's me having fun. We're parodying. We're holding up the mirror. It's a funhouse mirror that's distorted and reflects the thing back, but makes you recognize what the other arguments look like. You see, it's not like a real argument. Okay. So yeah, guys, I got to get out of here. Hold on. Yeah, let me go to my YouTube channel so I can find your page easier. Just click right to it from your profile pic. Oh, fuck. Did I just do that? Damn it. Yeah, I'll sub to your page, dude. You go live, right? You go live. You said you stream, right? I know you said you do content. I guess did you say you stream or what? Oh shit, here we go. I'm an idiot. Clicking around in the wrong spots. Okay. Go to channel. That's what I want to do. Oh, I'm already subscribed to your channel. Have you been you've been up in the what the hell? You must have been up in here before when I covered an Andrew Wilson thing or something. Or something. I don't know, dude. I'll show you. I just sub. I wish I actually was screen sharing through all that because I'm already subbed to your channel. When do you normally go live, dude? I'll try to catch you live. 1 day ago. Okay. What time do you go live? Like Eastern time? Or wait, let me look. 1 day ago. Does it show the time on here? I'm stealing your content right now. It doesn't say what time. Okay, cool. Awesome, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, dude, I was already subbed to your channel. I swear I didn't just sub. Go look. If you look at your sub history, I didn't just subscribe. I've been subbed to your channel. We must have crossed paths before at some point. I don't know what the fuck happened. But anyway. Yeah, dude, good to meet you. I'll try to keep track of you know how the fucking algos are, bro. You can be subscribed to some shit, they just won't even show you when the person posts or goes live or fucking anything. So yeah, dude, I'll try to catch you live sometime. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. Fucking I'll see you guys tomorrow. I told you all the shows will be up in all the chats. And good to see the new people up in the chat. Thanks, dude. I appreciate the support. Yeah, this is my third YouTube channel. It's a struggle for me. I'm not monetized yet, not even to 1,000 subs. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, guys. Yeah, you have a good night too. Thank you everybody for the support. I appreciate it. Thanks everybody for smashing the like and all that stuff. I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time here live on this channel, and I'll be up in all the other chats in the morning. Bubba, Scott's, Fat Pigs, all that stuff. I'll see you there. Love you guys. Bye. Mwah.